and its fishermen.
Oh, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 10, 9.
They won't fly.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Doug, did you get a picture of the cake? Douglas, did you get a picture of the cake?
I would fix it to
Hazard.
Good. Okay, Charlie. Come on around here, Charlie.
I want right here.
You can't blow it from there.
go around where you blow
Come
it up
around
there.
here.
Again.
Charlie.
It's got a fan.
Happy birthday
to you.
Come around here.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Charlie. Happy birthday to you.
Ah!
I'm only.
Yeah. Time to pig out.
I tell you what, y'all get your cake, and we will bring you.
Is that all?
Carry the cake down.
Is that all? You gonna die?
We never run use AM.
That's what you get for squatting down.
There's a knife right by Courtney's hand.
Oh, there.
I want the horse.
Okay.
Let's don't get nosy, Bub.
Okay, don't get happy.
Almost hard.
You get the
I thought all women were.
I'll put it
All women. Species. Yeah.
Don't use that because the ant's been on it.
I
Well, he's got a cake. He's all right.
Ants don't eat very much.
I don't want wax. What did you say? Wax. I don't want wax.
Well,
Can I get mine?
over.
Yeah.
Put it on the grass.
God, get up.
Amy, you think you can ride that thing? Yeah, you're right. I'm taking these pictures from the inside the house because it's much cooler. And they think I'm dumb.
Get some ice cream over here all by
Don't you get a
itself.
picture of them?
Way too late.
30 pounds from now, you can get a picture of me, ice cream and cake.
Well, I'm getting two shots here. You eating cake and her bending over.
Yeah, y'all are right. Not going very fast. Well, I'm gonna have some cake.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, good part.
Married Blake in 1991, and they have 6 children with red hair and yellow eyes. Stanley is a teacher and Blake is a doctor, and they live in Dallas and play jump rope all day long. The next one I'm going to tell
David.
is the fortune of Stacy McDonald.
Stacy!
Stacy McDonald married Bradley in 14. They had 16 children with purple hair and pink eyes. Stacy is a lawyer and Bradley is a singer, and they live in Arlington and play Monopoly.
David.
The next one I'm going to tell is the fortune of Courtney. Courtney McDonald. Courtney married Chris in 1885, and they have 33 children. With green hair and red eyes.
You married John's brother.
I can't read this.
Listen, John.
Print, paint. She's a painter, and he's printing, and he's a moving man, and they live in art and play baseball all day long. Want your fortune?
Hey, that was a good line.
The next one is the fortune of Adam. Adam married Megan in 1988. And they have 8 children with yellow hair and red eyes. And he is a fireman, and she is a teacher, and they live in San Antonio and play mousetrap all day.
What?
Finley, do you want yours?
Oh, give me mine.
Here's Stacy's.
I see mine. Here, you
The
can have
next
mine
one
back.
is Josh's. Josh.
You just put Josh.
I think it's Josh Johnston. I think the other Josh put his name at the top. Josh Johnston, who married Jennifer in the year 1001. They have 100.
Not me.
They have 100 children with blue eyes and black hair.
That's the other Josh.
Josh is a racer, and Jennifer is a policeman, and they live in Art, Texas, and play football all day long.
No, that's not us. That's not this one.
It's this one. It's this one. It's that one. It's this one.
Is this one? Is this
Well,
one?
he wouldn't admit to it.
Okay.
Listen to him.
Well, wait a minute. That's your
Listen to
handwriting, isn't it? Isn't that was yours? Yeah, I thought so. I think that belongs to this guy.
Get this football
No,
out of
listen,
the way.
this is
No,
not
but
ours.
somebody else
Yeah, it is,
can
because
take
Mary-
her and makes out the rest of it. The only
Oh,
thing
okay,
he put
that's
on
right.
there.
All right, Joshua.
All right, Josh
Got a lot of
Duffy.
children, did you know?
Josh married Jennifer in 1982, and they have 2,169,263,910 children with gold hair and silver eyes. And Josh is a boxer, and Jennifer is a baseball player, and they live in Asia, and they race all day long. I wrote that. I wrote that. Danielle married David
No, let him
in
go.
the year 1991, and they
Let him
have
go.
Google.
100 billion children.
A Google. One
Red
followed by
hair and red eyes.
a Google.
This is the most
One
exciting
followed
thing
by
I've got.
100 zeros.
Okay, it's 100 Google. And Danielle is a lawyer, and what's the other job? A preacher?
Prayer. No. Prayer. Doctor.
A doctor, okay, and David is a doctor, and they live in art and play Scrabble all day long.
Yeah, way to go.
Nathan married Mackenzie in 1991, and they have 6 children with blue hair and red eyes. Nathan is a policeman, and Mackenzie is a cook, and they live in Van and play soccer all day long.
See that?
You want to
Joshua
take
fell on us.
Nathan's?
How about that?
All right, David.
Give that to me.
David. David married Chelsea in 1991, and they have 16 children with white hair and yellow eyes. And David is a teacher, and Chelsea is a farmer, and they live in San Antonio and play life all day long. The next one is Jeremiah. Jeremiah, David and Charlie sit down, and Josh Duffy sit down. Just like being in school.
Chill, Charlie.
Jeremiah married Sarah in 1887. They have 9 children with red eyes and blue hair. Jeremiah is a coke delivery man, and Sarah works in a pizza shop. And they stay home and play silly something all day. Silly soup all day long.
Emily!
Watch out, Nathan. He's gonna fall. You're gonna fall.
1981.
This Charlie?
She calls her
That's Charlie.
Okay.
And they have 134,620 children with purple hair.
one of them.
Purple hair and green eyes. And Charlie is a maniac. And Suzanne, a mechanic. Okay.
Maniac.
What did you say, a maniac?
Charlie is a mechanic, and Suzanne is a car salesperson, and they live in Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona, and they play Twister all day long.
There you go, little maniac.
All right, the next one is John's fortune. Where's John?
I did
There he
Charlie's
is.
then.
John married Sarah in 1800. They have 500 million children with red hair and blue eyes. And John is a jet driver, and Sarah is a lawyer, and they live in New York and play baseball all day long.
You have good luck, John. That's what I wanted to
The last one is Juliana's. Where's Juliana? Juliana married Kelsey in 1991, and they have 20 children with red hair and purple eyes. And Juliana is a nurse. Kelsey is a coach. They live in Henderson, and they play hide and seek all day long.
I think Emily knows that.
Now, who had the best fortune, do you think?
I want you to open it.
Let's go.
I'm after her.
Golly.
Hey, y'all don't all hit him.
That's what I wanted to be. Present, Mom. Present. My dad was in the Air Force. Present.
Hey, see how many one needs at a time.
And y'all need to sit down.
I'm sitting right here.
Don't touch some wheels, okay?
And nobody can get off when it starts moving. And he'll come back around and everybody can get off, and then
If you touch that wheel and pick up a sharp stone or something, cut your hand real bad, okay?
okay, when he comes back around, some can get off and others can get on. Okay, you can come back around the driveway. In the meantime, y'all will go play.
She's cool, man. We fed her a bunch of hours.
I can go play live. Hey, they can't ride the go-kart.
You right, they not.
Oh, you put the little, that looks like a fun game, doesn't it?
Yeah. That dude.
And you set up the little targets and shoot the little balls to see if you can. Yeah.
There was two gifts in there, Charlie.
You hold me on.
Charlie,
The Hot Wheels.
here. That goes with it too. Look at all
All right.
it.
Calm
Look
down.
at it. Yeah, look at it, Charlie.
Ooh,
Calm
somebody's
down.
churning.
Yeah, they are.
You can open it.
Charlie?
I don't know. Pictures of you can open it.
You're like that.
Charlie, open mine. Yeah, I set mine up in my room. It's not set up anymore. Why don't you just open mine then?
I just love them things.
Yeah, I like the front.
Mama always said card first. I don't care. Some kind of record set. No, it didn't.
Oh yeah, my friend has that, I think. No, I don't think it's that game.
I got a watch. I got me a watch. I got a watch.
He's got Babe Ruth.
No, I got it. I got a
What's
video
that?
game thingy
Did you
thing.
break mine out?
You're what,
If
baby?
that's for church, it's my friend's.
Oh, no, look, go in there and get it, would you, baby?
He's got Babe Ruth. You who want to open this? Open mine next.
Here, you open
this. Open the boys. You got a knife?
Let's see. Oh, yeah, it'll take a knife to get that thing open.
Open a boy.
That's cool.
What is it?
Middle one's been
Do you know what everybody's giving you?
Charlie, he's weird. Charlie, he's weird. I wouldn't do
So
that.
Dewey.
What do I do?
Mom made me
Yeah,
get
something to open the right
You should have got him a Barbie doll.
Twinkie.
You know what Mr. Scroggins said?
You should have got him a Barbie doll.
Charlie. I thought about getting one, but
Barbie doll.
your dad said
Hit him for it. Hit him from that.
I know. Here, I'll help you. I'll help you.
Get it.
Waldo looks.
Baby cross.
You gotta unwrap it just right.
Charlie,
Oh.
do you have any idea where all this came from? He's not even opened the card.
No, I don't
Oh,
care.
I know where he is in that one. Can I see
Let me
his
see.
slinky?
So do I.
No.
I guess
Let me see. I wanna know.
Charles.
Where's Charlie's
Don't open it,
slinky?
Charlie, because you'll lose all of the pieces.
I know.
Okay?
It's Charlie.
I'm like.
Charlie.
Guys, let me see the slinky.
Okay.
Here, dude, open my favorite.
I'm not sure you'll like this.
That's guaranteed to drive you nuts.
What?
Courtney.
All of those little pieces. Leave that puzzle. Leave all those pieces. Oh, my
A Barbie doll.
Let's put something small up here.
I'll get up.
I'm big. You're big. I'm big.
Yeah, but you already rode.
Did you already
You
ride?
already rode. Yeah,
Who else didn't ride?
there's everybody's out now.
John.
John.
Take the horsey. That's pretty.
I rode a few weeks ago.
You just jump at the horse? You have to put on the wheel. She rolls, you can get hurt.
John, you're fast.
I'm riding next.
She's probably not as heavy as I am.
Charlie, can I see that? Somebody riding the horse? Charlie,
No.
can I see
Y'all ready?
Uh-oh, wait. Wrong. Let's see here. We're gonna go behind y'all. Hope you don't mind. We're gonna walk behind y'all.
He'll be back in a minute.
And they're all gone.
You want me to hold him while you get plenty ready?
I'll go shoot with
Uh-huh. I got everybody in there.
I'm gonna take them all.
No, because they're all put out on the side.
This is what you call backstage, huh?
Yeah. It was not a holiday in every state. Only a few states celebrated Thanksgiving on the same day.
A young woman named Sarah Jessica Hale decided to change that. She went to see President Abraham Lincoln to see if she could convince him to make the 4/13 November a holiday for Thanksgiving for everyone.
Did she meet the president? What did she tell him?
What did he say?
You'll see. Let's visit the Hill House now. Sarah is putting her children to bed. Please, Mother, read us the poem. Please, Mother, read us the poem you wrote about marrying her lamb. I like the part where the lamb comes to school. Now, children, it is time for bed. I'll tell you one more time it turns to make us sleep. Mary had a little lamb, which was as white as snow, and then with a merry week, the lamb was good to go. They followed her to school one day, which was against the rule, made to the maddening place, see a lamb at school. Oh, Mother, I just love it, boy. It's one of the best you've written. I'm glad nobody writes my magazine. Then, children, it's so good to see. I miss my son, Jared Williams, and there, to the president. Oh, will he read it? Will he write your dad? We shall see. Good night, children. Dear Mr. President,
Sarah wrote to President Lincoln. She wrote again and again. She put some of her letters in her magazine.
each time she asked him to make Thanksgiving a holiday for every American on the same day, the 4th Thursday in November. Then one day, President Lincoln invited Sarah to meet with him at the White House.
Let's visit the White House now. Sarah is meeting President Lincoln.
Hello, Mrs. Hill. I have read your letter. Tell me, why do you think we should have a national Thanksgiving holiday? I can show you in this book. It says about the first Thanksgiving. It says about the first Thanksgiving long ago. If the Pilgrims had given up and gone home, we might not be here today. See? Here's Governor Braxton. Let's go back to that first harvest time. Listen, some of the Pilgrims are talking. I'm Governor William Bradford. I am from England. Now I live in America. My people come here for religious freedom. I am Edward Winslow. When we lived in England, we had a Merry Festival each year. I think we should have a Merry Festival in America as well. We have gathered a good harvest. We can survive in this new land. Let us plan a feast to give thanks for our blessings.
I am Susanna Winslow. I sailed on the Mayflower for 66 days. It was a long, hard trip from England to America. I was afraid we were lost. I am so happy to be here.
I am Peter Brenner. We were so happy to come to crops were plenty. We built 7 houses right away with hammer, nail, and thatch.
My name is Elizabeth Hopkins. Many people became ill. Half of our people died. My husband had a fever. I had my family as well.
I am Miles Standish. I was there the day Samuel said came to see us. He was an Indian. I was French. We asked him to stay.
I'm Mary Roseman. One husband they had my corn. First he got a hole. Then he put 2 fish in. Then she filled the hole. Now we have lots of chickens.
I am Eleanor Billington. How happy I am. Our Indian neighbors have helped us so much. We have everything we need. We have fish and ham and curry. Let's celebrate. Let's prepare a great feast. Let's invite our friends, the Indians. I'll get turkey, duck, and geese. I'll go fishing. I'll get cod, bass, and maybe an eel too.
We'll try to do it. You know how to cut. We can roast and peel and pound and slice. Let's get started. I'll get the clay up and ready for baking. I mean, the dough. Go ahead.
I'll carry the firewood. The Pilgrim women cooked a big kettle of soup with enough to feed 50.
The men made long tables. Finally, the day of the feast arrived. Here come the Indians.
I am Chief Massasoit, and these are my people.
Oh, look, there are so many people. We may not have enough food.
Quick, put more meat in the pot. Put more bread in the oven.
Do not worry. See, the Indians brought wild turkey and deer.
I'm hungry. Let's eat. The Pilgrims and Indians sat down together. They had turkey, goose puddings, venison, stuffed cod, fruit tarts, corn soup, pumpkin, and salad herbs.
Before they ate, Governor Bedford gave thanks.
Let us pray.
The feast lasted for 3 days. There were games, contests, music, and dancing.
The Pilgrims sang an English folk song and danced for their Indian friends. You're right, Mrs. Hill. We have much to be grateful for. We need a day for families and friends to join just as the Pilgrims and Indians did so long ago. From now on, the last Thursday of each November shall be a holiday of Thanksgiving for every American.
Thank you, Mr. President. Now everyone can sit down for a festive dinner all over the country. In 1863, President Abraham Lincoln proclaimed Thanksgiving Day. And every year since then, it has been a national holiday in every state for everyone. Thank you, Mr. President.
And thank you, Sarah Joseph Hill.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
birthday golden heart with the garden like you from. After they planned the celebration, after the crops were gathered in, they planned to celebrate.
And extended to their Indian friends a special invitation. The tables and benches were set up in a row.
When they spread the food out, it was really quite a show. They all sat down together, bowed their heads in prayer.
The occasion for the presents was to share. When the party was over, each went a separate way. They took away what we really was my first Thanksgiving day.
Uh-huh.
Are you filming her? Child, whose father child are you? He's my friend. No. He's my friend. He's my Silly Nilly, what's your belly at? Tell me, man, have a piece of nutcake.
Hurry, hurry, keep on running together, that's winter coming. You'll be sorry when it freezes out, eat all the strings about. Hurry, keep on running together, that's winter's coming.
People in the park, give me all I need. Why should I worry? Start with this.
Hurry, hurry, keep on running together, that's winter's coming.
If I'm holding it, you just wait and see. I'll take one of my toes and that's on the tree.
Hurry, hurry, keep on running together, that's winter's coming.
Oh dear, maybe they are right. I could starve to death on some cold winter's night.
Hurry, hurry, keep on running together, that's winter's coming.
She's just jealous because when Sugar Rush winter's coming, she's just But we beat them. We should have won every game. We know because we won. Oh, this is what we went out on. We went out on the second part.
Yes, the bear in the sky. I don't see the bear in the sky. See the stars? Like the bear. Like the bear, the bear.
It doesn't look like a bear to me.
I know, but we have a what's called this rust right there.
But why?
Come sit by the fire while I Once upon a time, there was a bear. Right there. He was king of all the world. All the countries in the world.
My name is greatest honor in all the world. I am going to hunt the great bear. When you get the bar, we'll cook it. When you get the bar, we'll cook it. I'm not the greatest hunter. I'm not the greatest cooker. But I'm going to be good at something, so I will cook too.
If I'm favorite hunter, I am tired of being hunted. All I want to do is to walk in the full evening air. I will make them go away.
I think we are getting close. I am the greatest hunter and I can hunt.
Yes, you are close. Here I am, Brown. Wow. I'm the greatest cook, but I forgot my cooking pot. I will go home and get it.
I am the greatest hunter. I will see. You missed.
Oh, you silly hunter. I am king of all the world. You will never get me, whatever you do. Why do you hunt me when all I want to do is to walk in the cold evening air? I don't want to eat you up. Go home and don't come back here again.
How can I go home? I shot and missed. Great hunters don't miss. I can't go home now.
How can I go home? I ran away, and you both know it. I can't go home now.
Great bear, you can the farm. You can do anything you want. You want to walk in the cool evening air. Why don't you do it?
Covered with a red block. Get our neighbor on the camera here. It's too late. I didn't got you. Go out the door. We're ready.
Alright, so you can film me going out the door.
Yeah, I won't get you out the door.
Hold this, Charlie. Let me put this coat on, this sweater. Okay, we ready? Let's go.
Let's go. Adios. There you go. Get at the door. This is the beginning of Charlie Scroggins' 11th birthday party.
Charlie,
I'm getting beat up.
go put the,
Move, Jordan.
Emily.
Why is she not coming?
Well, her cousin's having a party today.
So is John.
And there's Mr. Jason Hale right there. Jason, where'd you move here from? Oh, yeah, you didn't go very far.
Are you living at Charlie's?
I thought you came from someplace far, far away.
Far and away. Far and away.
And there's Mr. John Myers.
And on the menu today, ping pong.
Adam. I'm glad Danielle came, so I've got another female type person to keep me company in the midst of all these young men.
Would it be okay if I invited Charlie to a family picnic
Yes, it would.
tonight? Good. Well, I'll be the only boy there.
Hey, Danielle.
Why is Christopher crying?
Who knows? Who knows? Who else are we? Is this everybody?
Let me see.
Adam.
Where's that dam?
He had to go home.
You had to go home?
Well, he didn't tell me he was going home.
Mommy.
They're all gone, baby. That's all we can do.
Did you burn yourself?
Okay.
He's scrogging.
Okay, Charlie or Danielle, you want to get up and hand the first present?
I want that big red one. I want to.
The big red one?
I want to.
Okay, just a minute.
I want to.
I couldn't find it.
I want. Hey, whose is this?
Put it down.
Put it down.
It's a Durex.
When do I get mine?
It's a Durex.
Okay.
Who knows?
It's a strange thing, Clint, but every one of those presents over there, with one exception, is not for Charlie.
Two exceptions.
They're for you.
You.
Cause your house got eaten by flames. The flames go. Gigantic flame termite.
Dude, do you think we can give Charlie one of his presents?
Yeah, Charlie did get a present.
Okay.
But you don't get a present, knothead.
You are gonna love this present.
That's not your present. Go ahead,
Read the
Clint.
card. Read the card.
Open it up.
My birthday.
Okay, then I'll read the card. You'll get. All right. You don't know what it is. I wonder what it is.
It's a bunch of items.
Thank you. What is it?
Clint, are you going to pat yourself on the head for a good present?
My friend.
Did you know what it was, Clint?
Here's my.
Stop it. Christopher.
Baseball card. Thanks. Now, I won. Lucky. Somebody hold up the flag. No.
It's 520. Cool.
A spear thing.
Once you get used to it, you can see it really clear.
Can I see it?
Thanks.
Adam, you don't hold it that big.
Hey, you're sitting there on.
Jump.
Oh, cool! She gave me a picture with a bunch of spots on it.
It makes it kind of.
And don't. I'm disappointed that you can see.
I think you might have spoken too soon.
Oh, come on, that was just a coincidence.
So, I heard the thunder. Where's the rain?
How weird.
I give up. Okay, Friday the 13th, come on and get me. I'm ready for the worst. Tina, would you please get a grip?
What is that? I told you this party is jinxed. Should I get a gun? Are we being invaded or something? Hey, folks! Hope you don't mind me dropping in on you like this. Oh, my leg. Thank you. I would like a cup of tea. Hope it's herbal.
There was no joy in Diaperville. The team was all wet. First Pee Wee struck out, then Junior. But hold on, fans, don't fret. Here comes Mighty Huggies. We'll win this one yet.
Yes, fans, only Huggies diapers have both leakage control shields to help block leaks and a unique inner layer to lock wetness away.
Now the pitcher throws his fastball, and now the game is won. For Huggies has come through, and it's a home run. Huggies, happily ever after.
Kevin airs his dirty laundry.
This was a cookout with Kristen. Touch football with Julie. Jen, Erica.
For really bad dirt and odors, use new System Surf.
And tonight, maybe...
People say I add life to the party. Actually, I add the spice. Lowry's seasoned pepper. You're not cooking without it.
If you're feeling a little unpopular because of a wart, try America's #1 wart remedy, Compound W.
It hates warts more than you do.
At some point, over 70% of these happy people will have had stain and tartar problems with their teeth. And what can lead to these problems is plaque. So use Plaques before brushing to remove more plaque than brushing alone.
Sunday, Libby wonders what her life would have been like with her former lover on Life Goes On. Then, see the best of America's funniest home videos and America's funniest people, back-to-back Sunday. Coming up next, Nancy unleashes her secret weapon in the custody battle with Bill. Stay tuned for General Hospital following an ABC News Brief.
It's the all-new Soap Talk. Sneak a peek at next week's stories. Call 1-900-740-5000. Just 75 cents a minute. Plus, backstage interviews with the hottest stars. Call 1-900-740-5000.
This is East Texas News on the Hour.
Our weekend forecast will continue to be relatively quiet just because a ridge of high pressure around southeastern Texas and Louisiana will keep things pretty quiet. Most of the moisture will try to drift towards the east, but it's going to take some time, maybe late day Sunday. Let's take a look at our East Texas forecast, calling for partly sunny skies today, a slight chance for a shower or a thunderstorm. The high at 93, partly cloudy tonight, down to 71. We'll have more news and weather later and on East Texas News.
Starving Artist Group Emergency Liquidation Art Sale for one day only. Save up to 70%. Huge sofa-size original oil paintings from $19. Smaller paintings from $3. Thousands of beautiful original oil paintings by talented professional artists with absolutely nothing over $49. Starving Artist quality at rock-bottom Starving Artist prices. This Sunday only at the Tyler Holiday Inn on Troop Highway. Also in Longview at the Holiday Inn. Absolutely nothing over $49. This Sunday only, 11 to 4.
Don't miss this fall super sale going on now until September 22nd at a Hancock Fabric near you. Shop our home decorating department with the largest in-stock selection in East Texas. Big savings on special occasion items from formal wear to holiday crafts and attire. Our variety, everyday low prices, and guaranteed customer satisfaction means savings for you. Look for our magazine with over 70 sale items in your mail today. Or stop by our store and pick one up. Hancock Fabric, where the best is not expensive.
A child can drown in just 2 inches of water. Make the water safe for your child with the Red Cross Water Safety Program.
KLTV, proud of East Texas.
When do you think you saw Faison?
Well, I didn't see him.
Then he got to you when you were most vulnerable. When you were asleep.
Where are you going?
Out.
No, don't.
Something I should have done a long time ago. I'm going to deal with this once and for all.
You don't know the whole story.
What are you saying?
I went to see him.
So mysterious. Who are you? C.S. Oliveira, Roy Auburn, or who?
Connor. Connor. One name, that's all. Like Cher.
Would you stop joking with me? Why did that immigration officer just come in here? You're not an illegal alien, are you?
Yeah, I often feel like an alien, illegal or not.
Well, why did he take your ID?
Nosy.
Well, why did he take your ID?
Maybe, obviously, he recognized the work of a master forger. Finian gave it to me.
So you are C.S. Oliveira?
Yeah. Yeah, and no.
Oh, would you stop walking around this and tell me who are you?
I wish I knew, Felicia.
I've told you for weeks I don't want Sly talking to this judge.
Well, he isn't asking. He's telling.
Well, change his mind.
Be easier to get him to change his sex.
Look, are you a lawyer? Do it.
Mr. Baldwin, you having a problem?
Your Honor, I'm gonna need a few minutes to confer with my client.
Very well. The court will call a 5-minute recess. You're asking the impossible.
Only people who do nothing make mistakes, Scott.
You know, I'm not surprised this happened. I warned you about getting mixed up with Dr. Speck.
I've never got anywhere in my life by logical thinking.
The greatest torture in life is thinking.
Just forget it. Just forget it. You better change this guy's mind. Because if he insists on talking to my son...
What? What?
I'll take Sly and disappear into the jungles of South America.
General Hospital, brought to you by Soft and Dry.
helps keep you dry when you need it most. Stay cool, soft and dry.
Soft and Dry Sports Style Formula.
Going for the big prize. Let the games begin. The one who stays the coolest is the one who's gonna win. So if you wanna stay cool, soft and dry.
Soft and Dry Sports Style Formula helps an active woman stay cool, soft and dry.
They're coming. Dow Bathroom Cleaner with scrubbing bubbles. It's 50% stronger than original Dow Bathroom Cleaner. We work even harder, so you don't have to.
There was no joy in Diaperville. The team was all wet. First Pee Wee struck out, then Junior. But hold on, fans, don't fret. Here comes Mighty Huggies. We'll win this one yet.
Yes, fans, only Huggies diapers have both leakage control shields to help block leaks and a unique inner layer to lock wetness away.
Now the pitcher throws his fastball, and now the game is won. For Huggies has come through, and it's a home run. Huggies, happily ever after.
What you are about to see will bring tears to your eyes. As close as you can get to real tears, because Murine with Natural Tears formula is closer to your real tears than any other eye drop. Murine Natural Tears formula.
It was horrible. Our surf commercial. Kevin comes home from college with disgusting laundry. P.U. Look out. There goes the neighborhood.
Hey, boy.
Newton's out. So's Kevin.
Boss. That's okay on dirt, but only new system surf gets out tough odors, too.
Before surf.
Yuck.
And after.
Yes. For really bad dirt and odors, use new system surf.
Just what are you talking about here?
I had a drink with Faison in the grill the day you left for the Canaries.
Why? You promised you'd stay out of it. Now this man has gone and programmed you to plant bugs and God knows what else.
I'm sorry.
Why did you do it?
I was outside Tom's office when you were in there, and I heard what you were going through. It was awful. I couldn't stand feeling so helpless for the person that I care about most. And I told Robin that I would take care of it.
Going to Faison, what did you think you were going to accomplish?
I wanted to find out why he'd hypnotized you. I mean, it has to do with the other reasons he's here in Port Charles.
How do you know that?
It has to. He knows nothing he can say to me is going to change the way I feel about you.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to blow up at you.
It's okay. I didn't mean to hurt you.
I know, but we're not in control of our lives. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
And we're not going to put up with it any longer, are we?
What are we going to do?
Well, I guess go back to Tom. Maybe he's got some hypnotic suggestion he can pump into us to resist this person. Yeah.
Sean.
We'll talk about this later. Come in, mate.
Oh, good. You're both here. Sit down, my children, and ye shall hear a report from my real estate agent concerning those canneries.
Hopeless.
Okay, over 50% of them are losing money. Hardly worth the purchase price. And our financial genius, Paul Hornsby, paid top dollar for them.
Maybe Hornsby's not the genius that we think he is.
Or maybe there's more to the cannery business than meets the eye, right?
Well, what do you mean?
What I mean is that they're pouring a hell of a lot of money right now into renovation and machinery.
Good business practice?
No way, buddy. No way.
Then what do you think?
What I think is we were right on the money with our instincts. We told Hornsby about your trips to those canneries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they're a front for something.
The question is, a front for what?
Now,
We haven't seen you around lately. Must be very busy at the cannery.
You got it. How are things at my favorite hospital?
Oh, we're hanging in there.
This is my son, AJ. We don't normally spend our day off at the courthouse, but he's on call.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
No, Harlan Barrett. What's your connection with the Eckert case?
That's what we'd like to know.
Strictly accidental, I assure you.
Let's see. Whoa! Look at, this old boy's got to get going. It's nice to meet you. I'll see you all around.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, AJ. Once and for all, you tell me what's going on, or you're going to be out of here in your ear.
What happened in there, AJ?
Okay, they had a snapshot of me in there, a phony snapshot, and I knew nothing about it.
Oh, wait. What are you talking about? What phony snapshot?
You know, it was doctored. Bill Eckert, can you believe it? That son of a baker. He figured out a way to fake a snapshot of me kissing his ex-wife.
Hold on now. Are you serious?
Wait, how well did you know her, AJ?
Here's how it happened. I was at the Port Charles Hotel one night. Nancy Eckert was there. She was coming on to me big time. I mean, she would not leave me alone.
Why didn't you leave?
I tried. She kept begging me to stay, keep her company. I wanted to leave, but I wanted to be polite, too, so I stayed.
How far did you go with this politeness?
As far as the elevator, Mom. She finally went up to her room, and I left.
You did not go up to her room?
Oh, please, Mom, she's got 10, 12 years on me.
That doesn't answer the question, AJ.
Somebody must have taken a photo of us while we were standing next to the elevator and then doctored it to make it look worse than it was.
You know something, AJ? Where there's smoke,
there's no fire, Dad.
I just don't understand why a woman like that with all the men around the bar would pick on a kid like you.
Well, you should know it yourself, Dad. The curse of the Quartermains. We're targets for every woman on the make.
Don't you start.
Ellen, let's just stick to the subject here. Now, you tell me you did not encourage Nancy Eckert.
Wow.
You guys are Alan Quartermain, Jr.?
Yes.
You're free to leave.
Okay.
Well, good. Let's get out of here.
All right.
AJ, let's go.
Five minutes are up.
Don't let him pull the rug out from under us.
You worry too much.
Somebody's got to.
You will watch me dance on the shifting carpet.
Mr. Baldwin, have you finished your conference?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will resume.
Your Honor?
Yes, Mr. Baldwin.
On behalf of my client, I'm going to have to object to your demands to see Mr. Eckert's son.
On what grounds?
We're in the middle of my case. Justice demands that I can complete my presentation. And I feel that my case is so strong, I am confident that you will change your mind about calling the child into your chambers.
The court does not appreciate being second-guessed.
Well, of course, Your Honor. It's just out of my concern for the child. In my humble opinion, I feel as though it would traumatize the boy.
Objection, Your Honor. I hope you're not going to allow your decision to be swayed by a lowly officer of the court.
Mr. Black, here's a piece of judicial advice to chew on. All members of the system are equal, judge or lawyer. Being on the bench doesn't make me infallible. I'm just here to listen and to judge.
That's exactly what I was driving at, Your Honor, and I just feel that by presenting our case, you'll have a new perspective.
Agreed, Mr. Baldwin. Until I have all the evidence, I'll rescind my decision to see the boy in chambers. Call your first witness.
Thank you. Julia Barrett.
You're the picture of good health. Eating foods the Surgeon General recommends. Foods rich in beta-carotene, one of the essential vitamins and minerals in Centrum. Centrum, more complete than any leading brand, from A to Zinc.
It's the one, the only, Red Lobster Fest. Choose from a dozen luscious lobster dishes. It's our most delicious lobster at our most delicious prices, starting at $8.99, only at Red Lobster.
You really don't expect tissues to be strong. They're supposed to be soft.
Yeah, well, that's why they fall apart with one good hump.
Well, you can't have it both ways.
Yes, you can. Now there's a new tissue that's soft and strong. Introducing Puffs Extra Strength.
So you're going to show us, huh?
What are those, tissues?
Wet tissues. The puffs can hold ice.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, but the other one can't.
Not even one.
Look at them all piling up on the puffs.
What are they, super tissues? That's the Puffs Extra Strength.
So this is new?
New Puffs Extra Strength. It's the strongest tissue you can buy.
Let me give it the Dave test.
You'd think it'd be rough, but it's not. It's really soft on my nose. I'm convinced.
Not bad.
You know, if I was stuck on a crosstown bus with a runny nose and just one tissue, it better be this
New
one.
Puffs Extra Strength. Get a feel for the best.
You know what I mean. Every month you grin and bear it because your maxi, and part of my bluntness, can feel wet. But we need a drier maxi, right? Guess what?
Always with Dry Weave. Their maxis can stay wet on top. But everything from Always has our Dry Weave top sheet that pulls moisture into the core, away from you, keeping the surface cleaner and drier.
Next month, you'll know what to buy.
Always with Dry Weave. Cleaner, drier, better.
Why put up with glasses that just don't fit? LensCrafters has so many ways to fit your snug points, like snug fit pads that flex to comfortably hug your nose. LensCrafters, better fit for greater comfort in about an hour.
Miss Barrett, how have you come to know Bill Eckert?
William Eckert is co-owner of Barrett Industries, as am I.
So you work closely.
We run the company together.
What's it like to work with him? I mean, what is he like as a partner?
He's as my father predicted.
Would you elaborate?
My father has great faith in William Eckert's character integrity, so much so that he has signed over half of Barrett Industries to him. So in answer to your question, William Eckert is a wonderful partner.
Would you like to share some of his traits with us?
He's motivated, intelligent, and very considerate.
What's he like with his other business relationships? What's he like with other people?
I found him ambitious, determined, and very successful. Also, I've noticed that William Eckert is extremely protective of the working person.
Thank you, Miss Barrett.
You're welcome.
Does opposing counsel wish to cross-examine?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Barrett, do you value integrity and morality in a person?
I do.
Did you take a snapshot of Nancy Eckert and A.J. Quartermain together?
Yes, I did.
Now, how could that have happened, since we had an expert testify that the photo was doctored and obviously a fake?
Well, the photo wasn't doctored, sir, at the time I took it, nor at the time I had it developed. Now, I gave it to Mr. Eckert, who gave it to Mr. Baldwin.
Oh, then, that leaves Judge Mattson here. You think he might have doctored it?
I'm not making any accusations, sir. I'm simply telling you what I know.
Did anyone see you take this photograph? A passerby, a bellboy, anybody?
Not that I know of.
And all we have is your word, against the word of my client and the son of a very prominent, respectable family, that you took a picture of something that never happened.
No, it happened. I saw A.J. Quartermain and Nancy Eckert embracing, and that is the photograph I took. I will swear to that any time, any place. As a matter of fact, I'll take a lie detector test to show I am telling the truth.
No further questions.
Jenny? Hi. Bobby. How you doing? Okay. I just thought I'd come by and give my cousin some emotional support.
Thank you. I really need a cousin right now. So scared.
It's gonna be fine.
Did you get off work?
Yeah. Well, one of my ORs just got canceled, and I really care about Bill, so how's it going in there for him?
I tell you, I wish I knew. They come out and they give me little bits and pieces on a recess, but I just really want to get some good news before I got to go back to school.
Yeah. Well, what did Bill say?
Hello, sis. Goodbye, sis. I mean, anytime he comes out, he pretty much is with his lawyer.
How much longer?
I don't know even how you tell.
Oh, it must be awful for you. Not being able to get in there to find out what's going on.
Bobby, it's agony.
To tell you the truth, I'd like to know what kind of progress they're making myself. Are you okay?
It's just that he's such a good father. I don't know what it will do to him if they have to take Sly away.
Oh, come on. I can't imagine that they would actually do that.
I know. I felt the same way, but Bill's been so obsessed with the hearings this week. I think he thinks it's a real possibility.
Why? Why would they do that? Why would they take a child away from a wonderful father who loves him very much? Come on. Besides the fact, the judge has to be impressed by all of the solid citizens that are testifying on Bill's behalf.
Oh, Bobby, have they called me in to go in there yet?
What for?
Well, of course, I am here to testify for Bill.
Of what possible help could that be?
Okay, C.S. Oliveira. This is obviously a very painful subject, but I know you're not from Wichita, Kansas.
No, I'm not from Kansas anymore. Look, I'm sorry I lied to you. But hey, it was always my childhood dream to come from a typical Midwestern family. You know, father, mother, brothers, sisters.
Where are you from?
Mexico.
Se habla español?
No, just a couple words. Sorry.
Oh. It's funny, that's from my family. We're from there.
Yeah?
How come you don't speak the language?
Listen, I don't really want to go into it right now. It's not important.
Connor, it is important. There's something wrong here, and I wish you'd let me help you. I wish you'd just give me a chance.
Well, thank you. But I've done just fine by myself up until now.
If you're going to be deported out of the country, you will.
All right, you want to know? Okay. I was born in Dulce, Mexico. My mother was bilingual and from one of the wealthier families. She sent me here to boarding school in the States when I was 7. And she died while I was away. So when my student visa expired, I never went back because there was no family left to go back to. I'm here illegally.
Well, what happened to your father?
Well, as they say in Mexico, I'm a bastard.
So what are you doing here in Port Charles?
I'm looking for my father. It's a crime with the sun.
Mr. Sims, will you give your full name and occupation?
My name is Lawrence Homer Sims. I'm a bartender.
Well, where do you work?
I work at the Port Charles Hotel.
Do you know the plaintiff, Miss Nancy Eckert?
Yes.
How?
Well, I've served her several times at the Port Charles Hotel bar. She can really knock 'em back.
Objection, Your Honor, to witnesses being non-responsive.
The witness is merely anticipating my next question.
Objection sustained.
Would you say that Mrs. Eckert is a bit of a lifter?
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation.
Speculation? He works there, Your Honor.
Overruled. Witness will answer the question.
I'd say she tends towards the higher end of the scale, yeah.
Objection, Your Honor. This is all relative. One man's drunk is another man's social group.
If anyone knows what a drunk is, it's a bartender. I can spot a drunk better than a cop, lawyer, even a breathalyzer.
Your Honor, that is not true! No, I wasn't!
Mrs. Eckert, I am warning you!
I warn you. No! All right!
Here's one of the best things to happen to your back-to-schoolers since the lunchbox, the Crisco Ultimate Chocolate Chip Cookie Recipe. The Crisco cookie bakes up even softer and moister than the Toll House cookie, right, Megan? And Crisco shortening is pure vegetable with 50% less saturated fat than butter. Good cookie? Softer, moister, less saturated fat. Trust Crisco, because you're baking for your family. See for yourself. Pop out the Crisco recipe in this week's TV guide.
I'm even scared to get a dog.
Well, that's what babies do.
that's their job, they cry.
We're gonna have a baby.
Can you imagine being called Mom and Dad?
When she grows up, she's going to be your best friend.
No one helps you share the feelings like AT&T Long Distance.
Operator, can you help me place a long-distance call? I just had a baby.
I mean, here's this whole new life. She's going to be looking to me for all the answers.
AT&T, all you need to reach out.
There was no joy in Diaperville. The team was all wet. First Pee Wee struck out, then Junior. But hold on, fans, don't fret. Here comes Mighty Huggies. We'll win this one yet.
Yes, fans, only Huggies diapers have both leakage control shields to help block leaks and a unique inner layer to lock wetness away.
Now the pitcher throws his fastball, and now the game is won. For Huggies has come through, and it's a home run. Huggies, happily ever after.
Got a perm? Better get color-coded curl care. Permasoft. Pink, blue, or green, depending on the quirks of your perm. It's unique. It's from Permasoft. It's the only way to handle a perm.
Only Arid has this sustained action formula that works round the clock against wetness and odor to protect me when I need it most. With sustained action Arid Sport Scent.
On All My Children.
Is it real?
I'm going to get you out.
Who are you?
My name is Dimitri.
I would like to know more about the man who saved my life.
A white knight with dark secrets.
Dmitri is a man with a past.
All My Children, weekdays.
It's the all-new Soap Talk. Sneak a peek at next week's stories. Call 1-900-740-5000. Just 75 cents a minute. Plus, backstage interviews with the hottest stars. Call 1-900-740-5000.
Dr. Hardy, am I correct in saying that you studied psychiatry longer than internal medicine?
That is correct.
But you specialize in both?
Yes, I took my board exams in both psychiatry and internal medicine before coming to General Hospital.
And you checked Mr. Eckert's son for his mental and physical health?
I have, as did my wife, who was a pediatrician at General Hospital.
What were your findings?
I found Sly to be a perfectly well-adjusted boy. It seemed clear to me that he's been nourished emotionally as well as physically by his father.
In your opinion, should Sly stay with his father?
If I may, I'd like to say that I cannot speak on behalf of Nancy Eckert's character, but I think that Bill Eckert is obviously a wonderful father.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hardy.
Mr. Black?
Yes. Dr. Hardy, if Sly Eckert is so healthy, why is it that his father doesn't want him to talk to the judge?
Well, it would be a normal reaction for a father to want to protect his son.
As a psychiatrist, do you think that Sly could handle questions from a judge? Say a judge like Judge Mattson, who's noted for his sensitivity to children in custody matters?
Yes, he could.
Thank you. No further questions?
You creamed us.
Mr. Baldwin, do you wish to redirect?
Yes, Your Honor. Dr. Hardy, did Sly Eckert express a preference from one parent to the other?
Yes, he did. Sly clearly prefers his father.
So tell me about your father.
All right. Actually, I have a picture of him.
Oh.
Here. He was, I guess, a pretty heroic guy. Before I was born, Dulce was run by a drug lord, and my father threw him out of town. It's probably when my mother fell in love with him.
Oh, and then he left her?
No, she was already married. Something arranged by, her parents. But my father was the only man she ever really loved.
It's kind of fuzzy, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's all I had to go on.
It's kind of hard to make out in the face, but something about it looks very familiar. Maybe it's just the posture.
It's probably just because he looks like me.
Oh, right, of course.
Yeah.
I could help you find him. I used to work in a detective agency, and I could find him for you if you like.
No, just back off, Felicia. I mean, I appreciate and thank you for talking with me about this. It's been nice, but I don't want to take any action. Let's just forget about
no. Let me just look at it a little while longer.
it. All right.
Vaya con Dios.
You too, señorita. Thank you.
All right, we got Barrett to Taub, Taub to Faison, right?
The only thing we don't have, positively, is a link between Barrett and Faison. If we did that, we'd have a potential triumvirate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what else?
What?
There's another triangle, wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Got Barrett. He's an owner of a cannery. Right. We have Hornsby, also an owner, and ELQ.
All these connections mean definitely a cartel.
The cartel. The cartel in Edward's letter. I think it's time we found out.
You know, once we get the phone company records on Barrett's calls to Taub, we'll know the extent of their relationship.
Then I can smoke the blighter out.
What do you got in mind?
I'm going to start with Faison.
Robert, is this strategy or is this personal, huh?
It's a bit of both. I mean, after all, he did give my wife the original phone bug, didn't he?
All right. We can feed him some false information about Barrett, see how he reacts.
When we start, the possibilities become endless, my boy.
You're
right, love?
Yeah, I have to go out, okay?
Anna, where are you going?
I'll see you later.
Anna? Something we said or didn't know.
I think I'll follow at a discreet distance.
All right, I'll work on this.
When I bite into your peppermint patty, I get this sensation that it's snowing like crazy. The roads are blocked, and they won't be clear till spring.
York Peppermint Patty. Get the sensation.
When I want to be sure my dishes are clean, I don't rely on my reflection. I rely on Jet Dry Rinse Agent. Jet Dry rinses off invisible residues that detergents leave behind. New advanced cleaning formula Jet Dry. Now that's clean.
Recapture freshness every day with Summer's Eve Feminine Wash. Relax. Its unique hypoallergenic formula cleanses without irritation. Redefine confidence.
Summer's Eve brings back freshness anytime.
For 50 years, our staff has used pure, gentle Murphy's oil soap on the wood in this house with great results.
And there's also Murphy spray.
Yes, for those who are always looking for shortcuts.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.
Education in America, Monday, why the system is failing for children of the poor.
Then later in the week, Jeff Bridges and Robin Williams here on Good Morning America.
Blake Furniture always offers you great savings, and now our Super Summer Sellout will be the sale you will not want to miss. Everything in the store will be marked down 30, 40, even 50% off the regular price. Don't miss these great savings or super values that you've been waiting for all summer long. Blake Furniture offers free delivery and easy credit terms. Come by any of our 6 locations in Longview, Tyler, Gilmer, Henderson, Kilgore, or Mineola for our fantastic Super Summer Sellout going on right now.
Are you prepared for tomorrow's ever-changing job market? At Avalon Vocational Technical School, thousands of people are getting the training they need today. Our students train on state-of-the-art equipment with close personal attention to help you get an advantage in today's job market. Become job ready by calling Avalon Vocational Technical School at 295-2002. Avalon has financial aid for qualified applicants. Make a change for the better. Call today. Call 295-2002. Classes now forming.
Data struggles to finally achieve the passions of human emotion on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
KLTV, proud of East Texas.
Okay. This is terrible. Well, let's hope it's worth the wait.
Yeah, it could get a lot worse.
Jenny.
Ned.
Hi, Ned.
Bobby.
It's really thoughtful of you to stop by.
Well, I know your brother's not a big fan of mine, but I'm pulling for him.
Thank you. That is really terrific of you.
You can't help but sympathize with someone when they might lose the one person they really care about.
I know. That's exactly how I feel.
Well, take heart. You'll be all right.
Ms. Coe, as Mr. Eckert's personal, private, executive secretary, could you tell us a little bit about his character?
Oh, of course. I have nothing but the highest praise for Mr. Eckert. He is just wonderful, wonderful to work for. Of course, that is my primary contact with him, and on the few occasions I have seen him with his son, he just seems to be a wonderful father.
Could you illustrate that for the court?
Of course. Sly loves to be with his dad, and the feeling's mutual, especially since Mr. Eckert works such very, very long hours.
Thank you, Luz. Miss Coe. No further questions.
Mr. Black?
Miss Coe, if Mr. Eckert works such long hours, when does he spend time with his son?
Oh, well, I couldn't really say. I just assumed that he did.
Do you know Nancy Eckert?
Yes, I do.
Because you work for Mr. Eckert.
No, it's just one of those strange little coincidences in life, you know. I know her apart from my job.
Good. Could you tell us about Nancy Eckert's character?
Well, frankly, I haven't known her very long, but I just can't think of anything negative I could say about her.
And no more questions, Your Honor.
They fire her again.
What do you want her to do, lie?
What kind of a question is that? Of course I want her to lie.
Mr. Black, Mr. Baldwin, you've both demonstrated a modicum of merit this last hour or so. However, at this time, I'm going to revert to my original intent and see the Eckert boy in my chambers in order to arrive at a proper, fair decision.
Do something. Come on. Right now. Do it.
Objection, Your Honor.
Counselor, please come to the bench.
Let him get away with anything. I want him to know how noble this whole scam. So he's going to tell me Joe or something.
What's your problem, Mr. Baldwin?
Excuse me, Your Honor. I object to Mr. Baldwin's objection here.
Take a number. Stand in line.
Your Honor, I was assured that I could present my whole case before you decided to see the boy. Now, I think by putting Mr. Eckert on the stand, you're going to change your mind about seeing the child.
I told you earlier not to second-guess me. However, you're right. I did say you could present your case fully. I didn't realize you were calling the respondent to the stand. All right. I'll hear Mr. Eckert's testimony after lunch.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court will recess for lunch and resume at 2 o'clock.
All right.
Well, I better get back to work. I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Thanks again.
Thanks for lunch, Ned.
Yeah.
No problem. My treat. Jenny, I hope to see you again on a more pleasant occasion, okay?
Okay, me too.
Bye, Bobby.
Bye.
Bye, Ned.
What? Let's keep our eyes peeled for Bill, okay? Yeah, actually, I hope it's soon, because I promised Sly I'd pick him up from school this afternoon. How's college going? Actually, a little hard to concentrate lately.
Just come on. We gotta talk about this. I don't want to hear it more.
For you to know, okay?
It is for me to.
As I said before, you ask too many questions.
I'm just supposed to trust you, right?
Yes, I'm the lawyer, remember?
Well, I got news for you. You work for me. Do you understand that? And I have a right to know what strategies you have and what ammunitions you're using.
Oh, great. I thought I was just gonna have a nice, quiet lunch.
When I'm not hungry, Maurice. And this is my son we're talking about.
I'll tell you what you want to know. I plan to discredit Bill on the stand.
That's it. That's all you've got. Bill can charm the pants off anyone. You had better had something better than that.
Yeah, well, I don't have much to work with. Now, look, whatever you may think, Bill has a good reputation, and he has taken good care of Sly.
Oh, my God, I may never see
I need something incredibly damning, and I don't have it.
My mother was right.
About what?
She always told me, you want something done, you had better do it yourself.
So you'll be applying to law school?
I'm not kidding, Maurice.
What are you up to?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Farragran wants to know. Changed my life. Not much. With Farragran M, multivitamins with minerals, fine-tuned for the way you live.
Come on, Betty, make my meal.
Au gratin potatoes in cheddar cheese, made with real Idaho russets.
Got any more of these?
Betty's Easy Au Gratins, the potatoes that make the meal.
If you shower with soap, this is what you're missing.
Zestfully clean. Zestfully clean.
Soap leaves a sticky film behind, but Zest rinses clean away.
You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean.
Your period. In just one day, it can be big and small, light and heavy. But now even when your flow's out of control, you're not. Introducing Nushura Natural Ultra Thin Maxis. These extra thin pads are flow responsive. Delicate crystals absorb as needed from your lightest to heaviest flow. So, whatever your period, use Nushura Natural Ultra Thins, the flow responsive maxi. Period.
Say you're a countertop. Which would you rather be cleaned with? Soft scrub cleanser with Clorox bleach, which cleans tough stains without harsh scratching, or the kind of powder that's harsh? Wise choice. Soft scrub with bleach, preferred by countertops everywhere.
It's plumbing.
For hair clogs at their worst.
Oh, it's for you.
Liquid Plumber's the one to call to clear tough clogs fast.
It's for you.
Call Liquid Plumber first.
What's new on Tuesdays? Can you believe Michelle's in kindergarten, DJ's in high school, and Becky's expecting on Full House? Then, funny man Tim Allen brings down the house.
Little baby butt crack.
On the series premiere of Home Improvement, and...
It's time for me to get some birth control.
There's big changes on Roseanne.
You hold me back, Lil.
Then...
You hold me back from sleeping with other women.
It's a special preview of Sibs. Catch premiere week Tuesday.
Thank you.
That's true. Listen, everything went well. The trouble is we just have to, get a grip on the kid.
You see what I mean? Bill's in another huddle with Scotty. I'm never going to get to see him.
Well, since Tom is more objective than Bill, may we pick your brains while we have you?
All right, pick ahead. What do you want to know?
How about what you think Bill's chances are of keeping Sly?
Oh, well, if I were the judge, I would say his chances are good.
Well, on that note, I have to go back to work.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Can I ask you a favor to drop me off at campus? I got a bio test.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
See you,
See you guys later.
Hey, you.
Yeah.
Will you call me later?
Yes.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, Bobby.
Good job.
Thanks, Bobby.
Look, I should get going back to Barrett Industries as well, checking with Gina, but everything's going okay.
Yeah, except for this crap about the judge chatting with my son.
Well, he didn't absolutely say he would, so you hang tough, all right? I'll be back.
Thanks, Miss B.
Sly won't lie. If the judge takes him in there, he's going to tell him. If he asks, that I blackmailed my ex into leaving town.
Well, you shouldn't have told your kid.
He asked. I'm honest with my child.
Honesty is the road to bankruptcy. He'll spill it to the judge.
Well, if he does, you're going to have to find a way to deal with it.
Yeah. Well, Tom's testimony about preferring you as a parent should help, I'm sure that Sly will tell the judge the same thing.
Yeah, if that's all it would take, then we'd be home free. But
yeah.
Hi. Bill, can we talk?
I don't think that's a very good idea.
Neither do I.
Well, now we know what our attorneys think. I'll tell you what I think. I think you should take advantage.
Me take advantage of you?
Yeah. Sorry, why don't you just strike when the iron's hot?
All right. I'll meet you outside the court in, what, 5 minutes?
Looking forward to it.
Nancy, I don't think you should do it.
Maurice, I only want to talk to Bill. Alone. Excuse me.
One stubborn woman.
Yeah, well, maybe she isn't so stubborn. Who knows? Get this, will you, counselor? I gotta make a phone call.
Yeah, it's on me, Bill.
Tell me what is going on. I'm sitting over there all by myself like some sort of idiot.
I'm just paying the bill.
Well, I can see that. What is going on? I saw Nancy talking to Bill. What are they talking
They're
about?
deciding whether or not they should talk.
What? Would you give me a straight answer sometimes? You make me so mad. I am your partner, damn it. Your partner.
Okay, pal, okay, all right. Hey, very tasty testimonial against Nancy. Nice.
Well, thank you. I had to be extra careful where it came to Bill. Was I walking a high wire or what?
What? How's my hair? Never mind. See you later.
Thanks for the good work. Got it.
Excuse me, sweetheart, but I'm on a case. I'm looking for this mysterious, gorgeous blonde.
Hello.
Hello, princess. Oh, when did you ever get back?
Oh.
When?
A couple
Mariah.
of days ago. Oh,
How's
very
my
good.
other
She's
goddaughter?
doing
How is
very
she?
Good. Doing very
Getting
good.
big, huh?
Mm-hmm.
She talk yet?
Yeah.
Yeah?
She's been talking a little bit. I came by the penthouse a couple of times, and you and Tiffany are never home. How's she
Yeah.
doing?
Well, honey, she's stabilized, thank God for that. And Tony's still working for a cure, you know, so...
Well, maybe
What can we
sometime
do?
soon, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Connor, do you know Mr. Donnelly?
Yeah, it's been him before. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Young man with a great voice, huh?
You really think so?
Yeah, I sure do. And judging from the crowd you get in here, everyone agrees with me, huh?
Yeah, but you really think I'm good?
No. I think you're terrific, and so does my wife.
Wow, thank you. Thank you, I appreciate that.
That's a true compliment because, you know, he's a terrible critic.
That's true.
Well, how long have you two known each other?
Oh.
For a very long time, he's my godfather. And my baby's godfather.
Well, you're very lucky. It's been nice talking with you, Sean. I better get back to work.
Yeah, I'll see you later, Connor. Very serious young man, isn't he?
You don't know the half of it.
What? Well, tell me.
Oh, no, never
What?
mind.
Well, come on.
Never mind.
Felicia, come on. Oh, come on, Felicia, just give a little. Oh, she's hiding. Felicia. Oh, Felicia. Oh, come on.
From now on, from this day forward, America will know what it's saving by using MCI. Just look up at any of our billboards around the country. $900 a minute, $54,000 an hour, $1.3 million a day. Which brings up a question. Why would anyone anywhere not switch to MCI?
You've just poured yourself a bowl of Kellogg's Crispix when?
Hello? Mom, what a surprise. Well, actually, my cereal's sitting in milk.
When will you get back to your Kellogg's Crispix? It's anybody's guess.
Uh-huh. But they wouldn't give your money back?
Fortunately, Kellogg's Crispix stays crisp and delicious in milk.
I'm sure Aunt Helen didn't mean it that way.
Even if you can't get to it right away.
Uh-huh. Still crispy. You're absolutely right, Mom.
Kellogg's Crispix, the taste that waits for you.
With 5 cleaners in it instead of just 1, Fantastic not only outcleans all others on greasy kitchen dirt, it's the perfect do-it-yourself cleaning kit for almost every surface in your kitchen and bath. 5 Cleaner Fantastic. More power, more places.
At some point, over 70% of these happy people will have had stain and tartar problems with their teeth. And what can lead to these problems is plaque. So use Plaques before brushing to remove more plaque than brushing alone.
I'm a big kid, look what I can do. I can wear big kid pants too.
Pull-ups, disposable training pants from Huggies. They go on like underwear and protect like a diaper, even overnight.
And I can pull them off and on.
When your child is ready, there's nothing like pull-ups.
Mommy, wow! I'm a big kid now.
Friday, home improvement star Tim Allen hosts the stars of the new ABC fall comedies with Terry Garr, Patrick Duffy, and Suzanne Summers, Marsha Mason, and Alex Rocco. It's the TGIF Comedy Preview Special, Friday after Family Matters.
Is Keith singing tonight?
Yeah, he better. The women are expecting him, and I don't want to disappoint them.
Oh, well, now they've come to see you. Don't be so modest.
No one ever accused me of being modest.
You know, I have to admit, you've turned out pretty well, considering you spend most of your life alone.
Thank you.
That must have been very tough.
Yeah. Well, it's all I've ever known. And I know you're trying to get me to talk about my father again, but I'm not going to do it.
No, I could care less.
Oh, good, fine.
But it seems like the most logical thing in the whole world would be to track down your father, find him, tell him who you are, see what his response is. I mean, what would you have to lose?
I have everything to lose. I mean, Felicia, right now, I see my father throwing his arms open, hugging me, and saying that I'm the son that he always wished he had.
What's keeping you from confronting him, then?
I don't want to be disappointed. What if he says he never even knew my mother, or he says I'm disrupting his life? What if his wife hates me for trying to claim him?
Oh, so then he has a wife, then.
You never quit. Yes, he has a wife, and that's all you're going to get out of me.
Boy, that would drive me crazy, knowing that my father's around and knowing that he didn't know that I was even alive.
Well, I'm just fine with it. Thank you.
Right. Well, that's your business. And I suppose I should just butt out, right?
That's exactly what you should do.
Connor, I just want to help you.
Yeah, you have. Thank you.
All right, what do you want?
Bill, I want this to work out for both of us.
Do you?
Yes, I do. I think that what's going on in there is pretty damaging for Sly.
You're managing to sound like you almost care.
I do care.
Very good.
Look, you want me to prove it to you? Fine. Let's just settle this thing right now.
How much do you want?
A decent alimony. And Sly's time evenly spent between both of us. What is so damn funny?
You are funny. There's no way in hell I'm going to make a deal with you.
Really? And why not?
Because you'd never keep it. Nancy, Pumpkin, you heard the doctor. Sly wants to be with me.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm very sure.
Well, don't be so smug and sure of yourself, because Maurice has some pretty damning questions for you.
Maurice? You tell Maurice to take his best shot. Because in a minute, I'm going in there on the stand and deliver the perfect picture. A father knows best.
Really? Well, I'm sorry to hear you say that. But just remember one thing. I gave you a chance.
To your health, darling.
To yours as well.
This a social call, or do you have something to tell me?
I came to tell you that Robert and Sean found the phone bug.
All rise. The Honorable John Madison, Justice of the Supreme Court of the State of New York, presides.
It's the one, the only Red Lobster Fest. It's the only time each year when we serve up lobster a dozen luscious ways. Our most delicious lobster at our most delicious prices. But only now during this special event. It's the one, the only Red Lobster Fest, starting at $8.99.
Red Lobster for the seafood lover in you.
Spend less time in line. Use call-ahead seating.
You wanna accent your weight to positive. It'll eliminate the negative. Tune in to the affirmative, the family channel, yes indeed.
Nobody captures life on the positive side like the Family Channel.
You wanna accentuate the positive, the family channel, yes indeed.
Why put up with glasses that just don't fit? LensCrafters has so many ways to fit your snug points. Like snug fit pads that flex to comfortably hug your nose. LensCrafters, better fit for greater comfort. In about an hour.
Some things you can't help worrying about if you're a woman.
Don't worry about Stay Free.
Stay free? I never got a single gray hair thinking, is it going to be enough? Or will anybody know? Or what if somebody gets this close?
Only Stay Free is complete protection, absorbing moisture deep. See the extra thick middle? And to absorb odor naturally, Arm & Hammer baking soda.
Oh, I worry about his grades, her slumber parties, and my tiny little laugh lines. But Stay Free?
Complete protection. Stay Free absorbs all your worries.
We have Flintstone Kids.
Presenting the best Flintstones vitamins ever, now complete with beta-carotene, the nutrient found in certain vegetables kids may not get enough of.
10 million strong.
Now with beta-carotene.
Tonight, everyone's doing the Urkel on Family Matters. Then, home improvement star Tim Allen hosts the stars of the new ABC fall comedies. With Terry Garr, Patrick Duffy, Suzanne Summers, Marsha Mason, and Alex Rocco, it's the TGIF Comedy Preview Special. Then, Balky gives Larry and Jennifer his marriage test on Perfect Strangers. After, will Mike and Kate get a quickie wedding in Vegas? Find out on Growing Pains. Tonight.
My name is Jesse Cordy, and what I'm going to tell you is real. On January 4th, 1987, a passenger train en route between Washington and New York collided with a freight train. In the trial that followed, the engineer admitted to having smoked marijuana and overlooking security measures. They say that marijuana doesn't hurt anyone. But this time, 16 people died. Among them, Laura Cordy, my wife.
Tonight, thousands of women have DNC surgery every year, and it may be absolutely unnecessary. Why most doctors don't know that.
A DNC really is a blind procedure.
Plus, a school run like a business. Teachers are hired and fired based on merit, and kids get a good education. It's working in this inner city.
On 2020, tonight.
This is East Texas News on the Hour.
Good day, I'm Vivian King. The Von Erich family of professional wrestlers loses another son at a young age. Chris Atkinson, the youngest of the 6 sons, was found this morning in Edom with a gunshot wound to the head. He died 20 minutes after his arrival to a Tyler hospital. Van Zandt authorities have not released the circumstances surrounding his death. The 21-year-old was the 4th of 6 sons to die. We'll have more news and weather later and on East Texas News.
A vacation trip always reminds us there's no place like home. And Murphy's is here to help you make your home that special place you want it to be with our store-wide There's No Place Like Home sale.
In our American Drew Gallery, you'll find completely decorated room settings to make your shopping easy. And our competent staff will assist you in choosing just the right furnishings for your home.
And here's the best part. All this beautiful American Drew furniture is on sale at 30% off.
For selection, service, and savings on quality home furnishings, there's no place like Murphy's.
Weight watching can be a way of life in today's health-conscious society. Watch Better Health Tips next week for dieting information on the East Texas News at daybreak and 5.
KLTV, proud of East Texas.
I don't know what to tell you except this entire studio audience has lost their minds. They've gone stone crazy over, they're crazy over my guest today. And the reason is what? I'm hyped, psyched, pumped, and motivated! Woo!
I'm just glad waiting out there in this humid weather. It's all worth it. I cannot wait to see these people, and I'm just really excited, and I don't know what else to say. I'm so embarrassed. I'm really embarrassed.
Why? They're so psyched, hyped, pumped, and motivated? And motivated is that it's a reunion of your all-time favorite soap couples. That's what it is. Okay. And let me tell you, tears of joy, I mean real tears, were shed across America just a few weeks ago when my first guest made her momentous return to regain her throne as Queen of the Soaps.
You're going to be with me every step of the way. I owe you one, Doc.
Well, the day that Deidre Hall made her comeback, Days of Our Lives skyrocketed from the number 9 daytime soap to number 2 in the ratings. Please welcome Dr. Marlena Evans, actress Deidre Hall. Okay. Are you happy now? Are you happy? Well, it was 10 years ago that Marlena fell in love with Roman Brady, making them one of daytime's hottest couples. Take a look. this audience heart failure. I can confirm, let me confirm, that the original Roman Brady has returned to days and will be reunited with Marlena again. Please welcome back Wayne Northrop.
Should have come out with a strawberry.
7 years ago, fans grieved when a car crash killed General Hospital's beloved Dr. Leslie Weber. Remember? Remember that? Who was grieving? Were you grieving? Yeah?
Awful. I mean, I've watched General Hospital since my grandmother back in the early 60s, and I grew up with Leslie.
Way back then?
Way back then. And I grew up with Leslie and Rick, and it's like one day she was there, and the next day you didn't know it was coming. I cried. It was so emotional.
Well, okay. It's going to be okay. Because no one was hit harder by her death than her husband, the dashing Dr. Rick Weber. GH fans say they will always remember the many touching moments that Rick and Leslie shared. Take a look.
Sure. Would you say that to the judge? If he said, you need any help there, would you say, no, no, Judge, I have everything in hand? Would you say that, huh? Huh?
Probably.
Of course you would, because you know what he'd say, don't you? And say, what exactly do you mean by everything, and what do you mean by in hand?
Please welcome Port Charles' most missed doctor duo, Denise Alexander and Chris Robinson.
I'll let you get in there.
Now, Days of Our Lives fans, rejoice when Doug and Julie tied the knot on screen and off screen.
No, I never heard it at all till there was
So their celebrated TV romance began over 20 years ago, but ended in 1984 when they left the show. Julie came back, but fans still yearn for Doug to be by her side again. Please welcome sentimental favorites, Bill and Susan Seaforth Hayes. Well, the Guiding Light fans eagerly watched the long-awaited wedding of star-crossed lovers Reva Shane and Josh.
I was 6 years old, and I fell in love. And now it's hard for me to remember a time that I didn't love you. It's hard for me to imagine a season without you in it. And I thank God that I don't have to think about a time when you won't be there. I love you, Reva.
Nice words. I remember them from my wedding. Thank you a lot, really.
I couldn't believe it when Reva and Josh got married. I was waiting for this so long. I was waiting for her to leave Josh's father because her heart was really with Josh. And now I'm happy, but now I'm sad also because Reva's gone off the show. She's dead.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Because soulmates Josh and Reva Shane have since gone off to soap opera haven, but devastated fans want them back, as she just said. Together again today, welcome Robert Newman and 3-time Emmy Award winner Kim Zimmer. And later in the show, we're going to reunite you with more of your all-time favorite stars. The darling of Pine Valley, All My Children's Nina. One Like to Live's Bad Girls, Gabrielle and her cohort, the original Tina. And Young and the Restless star, the first Jack Abbott. Back in a moment. Back.
It's here! Biggest Little Shows Ever presents arts and crafts from all over the country. This weekend's show and sale at the Harvey Convention Center features a variety of handcrafted treasures never seen before in the Tyler area. Exhibits include everything from beautiful paintings, fine jewelry, to handmade pottery and much more, all under one roof. Yes, these fine artists and craftsmen from all over the country have come to the Harvey Convention Center for this special event. Drawings for door prizes daily. Biggest Little Arts and Crafts show ever. That's this Saturday and Sunday at Tyler's Harvey Convention Center.
Mazzio's Deep Pan. This is the Cadillac of pizzas. It's loaded. Super thick crust, more real mozzarella cheese, more ingredients, more everything. All standard.
Move it to Mazzio's.
Hurry to Mazzio's for the $3.99 lunch special. Enjoy a mini pizza and the salad bar. Any sandwich in the salad bar or nachos in salad bar, only $3.99 at Mazzio's.
Blake Furniture always offers you great savings, and now our Super Summer Sellout will be the sale you will not want to miss. Everything in the store will be marked down 30, 40, even 50% off the regular price. Don't miss these great savings or super values that you've been waiting for all summer long. Blake Furniture offers free delivery and easy credit terms. Come by any of our 6 locations in Longview, Tyler, Gilmer, Henderson, Kilgore, and Mineola for our fantastic Super Summer Sellout going on right now.
Color stays.
This is what we did today. Reunited some of your favorite soap opera couples. And Miss Deidre, you have caused quite a stir. Had you any idea you were going to cause it? Well, I guess you knew you were going to cause a little bit of a stir coming back, didn't you?
I was that excited to come back. I was looking forward to it. I'm glad the fans were, too. That was nice.
That's great. And for you, what has been the most rewarding thing about coming back?
The most rewarding thing? You know, playing dramatic storylines. I've missed that a lot, and daytime certainly offers that, and I'm having a very dramatic one now.
Well, I want to go down the line and have each of you describe what made it work with your mate on television and otherwise.
Could I not be first?
Huh?
Start down there.
Okay. Robert, I'll start with you.
What made it work with Josh and Reva?
What was it? What was the chemistry?
Incredible rapport that we have with each other. This intense love that we have for each other. Right, honey? Right, honey? No, we trust each other. I think that's the #1 ingredient. As actors, we trust each other on stage, and it allows us to do the best work we can do.
It got a little strange as we got to know each other on and off camera, because he got to be like one of my best friends, and it was like making love to your brother. You know, that was a little weird. But, and of course, the better I got to know his wife and his child, those things happen.
Now, does that make it better or worse once you know the whole family?
Well, I think it made the relationship better. But the love scenes, yeah, the love scenes got a little, you know, it's like,
no tongues after that, you know. It's a whole different way of doing things.
Well, I'm going to end with Bill and Susan. I'm going to come back. You're going to be the last to answer this question since you actually did it in real life. So, Denise. Denise and Chris. Denise and Chris. Yeah. What was so special about the chemistry?
I would say between Denise and myself, we always played the truth. It was very easy just to be real to each other. And we started as characters that had the same ideals, the same beliefs, the same sincerity, the same morality. And we just played true, I'd say.
I've known Kristen since I was like 16 or 17. We worked together for the first time.
I was 12.
He played my older brother. And I love him. He's really weird. And I mean, he really is. He's one of the weirder people you would ever want to meet. But there is, he's there 100%. That's the thing that makes a great couple, I think, is that you like each other as people, or you can at least put up with each other. No, I love him. I really do. I really do. But he marches to his own drummer. But
what
I think
does that really mean?
He's a nice fellow. He's a nice fellow.
We just got along in so many ways.
But you trust. You just trust. You know that that person is there for you, and they're not going to let you down when the red light goes on, and he never did.
I always knew that truth would come back. I use maybe a different word for it, but whatever she felt, whatever she played, she believed it.
And if he was
she was
ever
not
rotten
acting.
to me, he sent me roses.
After she kicked me.
Wayne?
Jeez, all these, I mean, this is very touching down here and all this. Between you and me?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, between
geez.
you and me.
What made it work between the two of us, my motivation in the whole thing was, she always told me that if I did not make her look good on camera, she'd kill me.
That's good.
Good attitude. The truth is that Wayne is a practical joker. And it wasn't just working with him, but always being aware that something else was going to happen.
Kept you on your toes.
On my toes at all times.
Weren't you instrumental in, I'd heard that you were instrumental in getting this Wayne back as Roman Brady, yeah.
I brought that up to the producers when they talked to me about it, yeah.
Actually, the producers came to me begging to come back after they signed it.
And I knew I'd live to regret it.
So when you say you brought it up, did you say, listen, this is what were you demanding, or was it just sort of a, you know, let's do lunch, bring him back kind of thing?
When we discussed it, when I thought about coming back and the producer had approached me about it, I was trying to think of a reason that I would have been gone for 5 years and left my family and my practice and my friends and my home. And all I could think of was that perhaps she had found the other Roman, and that would have motivated her to stay away. They didn't do that, but it gave them the idea of bringing Wayne back.
Yeah. There was a reason I was gone for 7 years, too. It wasn't me.
You want to go into details, Wayne?
No, I'm glad to be back. We're having fun, and
I'm having fun. You're not having fun yet. I'm having fun.
Oh, well, I'm not. I don't have scenes with you yet, so I'm having fun. When we start working together again. I love her dearly. She knows it. I'm just kidding. We have a lot of fun working together.
Well, I know you love so dearly, Bill and Susan, that you went on and loved so dearly. Yeah.
That's right.
We did it.
You did. So. You know, Bill, I'm noticing that sock matches that tie absolutely perfectly. How'd you do that?
Isn't that a dream? I'm so glad you mentioned that.
That is so incredible. Was it like a matching combo set thing? No?
No, but we spent a little time.
It was a day at the Haberdashers.
That was y'all notice that? Okay, I didn't mean to distract you. Go ahead. Perfect.
I'd like to try and answer your question.
Go ahead.
Some performers are the kind that you look at and you laugh at or you learn something from. Then there are other types of performers that you live their experience through, and I think both Susan and I are that type of a performer or person. people lived through our experience. And when we fell in love, the whole country fell in love. And it was a very exciting time. I really believe that.
And wanted us to stay in love. And still can't believe that Doug and Julie are divorced, and neither can Julie.
Right.
After 16 years of going to work with Billy, it's funny to be going to work alone in the morning, but I'm loving being back at Days, and love that those two are back on the show. That makes it just terrific.
Fun?
Yeah. More than fun, exciting.
More than fun, exciting. When we come back, we're going to meet those exciting Deidre Hawlicks. Back in a moment.
I got 2 Mexican flavors. Take plain hamburger south of the border with new beef taco and nacho cheese.
Hamburger helper makes a great Mexican meal.
Nacho cheese and beef taco. Olay!
My husband's such a kid at heart. He gets to the end of his Lunchables, and you'd think he was gonna cry. Luckily, I got him new Lunchables with pudding. Oscar Mayer Lunchables lunch combinations, now with dessert, because lunch is what you make of it.
You know, there's a lot of things in life that make you feel good. Quaker Oats makes you feel good twice. First, you feel good when you're eating it, because it's pure oats and it's piping hot. Then it makes you feel good after breakfast. Steams you up, helps keep you going strong all morning. Can you think of one other breakfast that'll do all that? Quaker Oats. It's the right thing to do.
A new era is dawning for the full-size luxury sedan. It's the all-new 92 Pontiac Bonneville SE, re-engineered and redesigned. Corrosion-resistant polymer front fenders, driver's side airbag, theft deterrent system, optional traction control, anti-lock brakes, even special glass that cuts excess heat. Don't let another day dawn before you see it. The 92 Pontiac Bonneville SE, East Texas Pontiac Pack dealers.
It began in one small store 46 years ago, and it's taken 45 years to prepare for. It's the biggest and most exciting celebration in SR's history. The SR 46th Anniversary Sale with 120 days same-as-cash financing. There's no payment till 1992. And talk about prices. We asked our suppliers, and they agreed to help make this sales event even larger with the year's lowest prices on the newest TV, video, stereo, and appliance products. 120 days same-as-cash and shavings on the newest models of famous brand merchandise. SR's 46th Anniversary Sale is too good to miss.
We're going to try to find out who the father of her child is.
I'd love to tell you, frankly. I would have called you, but I can't. I just can't tell you.
If you are pregnant, it certainly is. You do know who the father is, don't you think?
You're awfully sharp.
I think I'm close. Is she preggers or not?
You're dancing around the correct area.
Find out with the cast of Murphy Brown on Monday's Oprah Winfrey Show. Whether playing Reva Shane or accepting an Emmy, of which she's won 3 now, Kim Zimmer's passion has endeared her to her fans.
Thank you, Guiding Light. Thanks, everybody upstairs and downstairs and everywhere. Thank you. Writers, I have to thank you for putting the words into Reva's mouth, and for the directors for letting me do the things that I do. They have to control me every so often, but I like to chew the scenery. What can I say? For the set designers for letting me do it. I'm leaving the Guiding Light, but I've always said never say never again, and I will be back someday. Thank you all.
I remember that. Doesn't it put a sparkle in your eye when you see that?
Yeah. Deidre and I have been talking quite a lot backstage because I've had those pangs of wanting to go back. It happens. You know, you try in other jobs to equal what I was able to do as Reva Shane on Guiding Light, and it's very difficult.
It is?
Yeah.
Can I talk about that? Because I know a lot of people leave and they say they're going to go on and do other things, but I can't imagine anything being quite like that. And
There isn't anything quite like it. I mean, it's very hard. I mean, I was very fortunate. I had writers who wrote for my character. I had a very wonderful man who was my leading man. And it's hard to match that experience.
So when you left because you wanted to
Yeah, well, I wanted to spend some time with my real family outside of my TV family, but I also wanted to pursue other interests, and I'm finding that those other interests aren't quite as exciting as my life on Guiding Light.
Like the Las Vegas act? Didn't you want to be
Yeah, and I did Carnegie Hall as well, and that was wonderful, but I'm talking more about the acting jobs that have been provided for me in Los Angeles haven't quite done it for me.
So does that mean you're coming back?
Well, it would mean moving back to New York, moving 3 kids and a husband and an entire household.
We'll help you find a place.
Okay. I'll keep you to that, okay?
And so, when you talk about fulfilling, Deidre, did you feel some of the same thing, that nothing ever, it's not the same, certainly?
I never left daytime because I didn't like it. I left because I was going to Our House and had a nighttime show.
Right.
And nothing equals the passion of the acting that you do in daytime. Nothing equals that. I haven't found it.
Really? That's why you said you like doing drama again.
Yes, real drama.
Real drama. Okay, yes. You Deidre-holics. Now, what's this all about? Stand up if you don't mind. Mean you only wear pink?
Well, we wear pink to let Deidre know where we are so that she can see us, that we're out here for her.
And what does that mean if you're a Deidre-holic?
We're in a fan club. We're in a fan club.
You're a devoted fan.
You're devoted fans, and so what do you do?
We follow her if she goes to different personal appearances, and we just support Deidre.
Fabulous actress, and she treats her fans wonderfully, and
we're just here to support her.
Okay. I hear not only do you treat your fans wonderfully, you have like big luncheons for all the fans. Are you all at those luncheons?
Yes, she has them in L.A. once a year, and
what does she serve?
Chicken. Chicken. And
how's the food? How's the food?
She's a good cook.
2,500 fans.
I cook my little fingers to the bone.
She does a great job cooking for us.
Now, when did this luncheon for your fans start?
The lunch breaks began in 1982 when I got a letter from a woman in Northern California who was going blind. And when her kids asked what she wanted to see before she lost her sight, she said, I want to see Marlena Evans in person. So I realized there was an entire group of people that had a need to be in Salem with these characters, more than just in the living rooms. And so I had a small luncheon for, 100 people, and then it grew and grew and grew. And what's nice about it is now a lot of the actors have begun having their own private luncheons also with their fan clubs.
And I'd like to add, Oprah, that Deidre always invited the rest of the cast that wanted to participate. So it wasn't just yay, yay, Deidre Hall Day. It was yay, Salem, yay, Days of Our Lives, yay, the whole cast. It made, and I do think she made a great contribution to the cast of the show, in that we became more aware of the wonderful good that you can do emotionally for each other.
Right.
It's a lift for the fans, but, oh, it's great for the actors.
Did you ever go to any of the lunches?
No, I wasn't involved in the show at that, in doing the lunches at that time. Since then, I have my own club and love the people that are in the club. And
There are no fans like daytime soap fans. There are none. Never.
Daytime stars.
No stars like daytime.
Deidre Hall is always there for her fans, and the soap fans relate to the characters on the show. That's how we get to like the person.
How do you relate? What does it make? Watching them makes your life feel better?
Well, it relaxes you. It's a storyline.
Depressing it?
I cried with Deidre when she cried with her children. I cried right with you.
She makes you feel
everything. You're gonna cry now. Now, let me ask you all, do you all watch, of course, the daytime schedule is so grueling. Do you watch yourselves or do you watch each other?
I do. Very carefully.
Very carefully.
Try and watch yourself.
Try to watch yourselves. And do you like watching the kissing scenes? Because this audience seems to really like any kind of tongue action whatsoever. Or, let me ask all this. When you watch the kissing scenes, does it make you, do you get a little tingle-tangle? Or does it make you feel uneasy? Does it make you think, I could have done that better? I should have given more lip. I should have not. Or what do you feel when you watch just specifically the kissing?
I think you look at the technical side. I mean, kissing becomes such a technical thing. You're like thinking about all these technicians standing around, the lighting and the camera angle. And
but when you see it in the box, when you see it in the box just like we see it, and you see that kiss, like we look at kiss, what do you feel when you see that?
I think it depends on how you feel about the person you're kissing. I mean, if you really like the person you're kissing, then I've had the experience of watching myself kissing someone on camera that I was not involved in, and getting a little,
Getting a little tingle tangle?
Also, when I was asked to do the show, I looked at the tape of our wedding, and I was sitting there crying in my living room 2 days ago watching Josh and Reva get married.
Well, when we come back, we're going to meet One Life to Live's bad girls, Gabrielle and the original Tina, All My Children's Nina, and the Young and the Restless's very first Jack Abbott. Back in a minute.
No place hops like Sonic.
Wow, more brown bag special.
Yeah. Everybody's driving into Sonic for the famous brown bag special, because you get 2 full-size Sonic burgers, 2 orders of fries, and 2 medium cups of Coke Classic. All this only $4.49. So bring a friend to Sonic for the brown bag special. No place packs more value into a bag.
No place hops like Sonic.
Are you prepared for tomorrow's ever-changing job market? At Avalon Vocational Technical School, thousands of people are getting the training they need today. Our students train on state-of-the-art equipment with close personal attention to help you get an advantage in today's job market. Become job ready by calling Avalon Vocational Technical School at 295-2002. Avalon has financial aid for qualified applicants. Make a change for the better. Call today. Call 295-2002. Classes now forming.
Starving Artist Group Emergency Liquidation Art Sale for 1 day only. Save up to 70%. Huge sofa-size original oil paintings from $19. Smaller paintings from $3. Thousands of beautiful original oil paintings by talented professional artists with absolutely nothing over $49. Starving Artist quality at rock-bottom Starving Artist prices. This Sunday only at the Tyler Holiday Inn on Troop Highway. Also in Longview at the Holiday Inn. Absolutely nothing over $49. This Sunday only, 11 to 4.
Who needs dorm life? It's way too formal. Who needs soda pops that taste too normal? Who cares about good taste? I know it tastes good. While the best thing's always so misunderstood. Just give me what the doctor ordered. Just what the doctor ordered. Hey, give me a Dr. Pepper. We want it. Hey, whoa, Dr. Pepper. Dr. Order. The taste of strange. We love it.
Being a former devoted soap watcher myself, I understand, I know how it is. One of the worst things soap fans go through is when one of their favorite characters leaves the show or is replaced. I hate that replacement stuff, because don't you hate that? Because it's like, you know, trying to get your brain to believe that this person's not that person. It's like losing a close friend. So we decided to reunite you with some of the leading actors, your long-lost soap friends who are sorely missed. My next guest was the darling daddy's girl of Pine Valley. All My Children's Nina Cortland Warner still remains one of soap's all-time favorite characters. Please welcome actress Taylor Miller. Hi, Taylor. And One Life to Live fans say that it will never be the same without 2 of daytime's divas of dirt, bad girls, Gabrielle and the original Tina Lord Roberts. Who wanted to say something about those girls? I can't. Yep, you wanted to? Yes. What do you want to say?
Landview has never been the same since they left.
No, they should come. It was terrible.
They should come back?
They should definitely come back. The new Tina just stinks.
The show is not the same unless Tina and Gabrielle are there.
Yeah, we need them back there conniving. And
I don't know if the new Tina stinks, but it's a difficult judgment.
She doesn't whine enough.
She doesn't whine enough.
She doesn't connive. She doesn't manipulate.
Landview is not the same.
It's no good. Not at all.
Please welcome the actresses that fans really love to hate. Fiona Hutchinson and Andrea Evans. Well, the home of the Genoa City, home of the Young and the Restless, was forever changed in 1980 when my next guest created the role of the sexy, scheming Jack Abbott. Now, leaving that role after 9 years, he became an instant hit when he joined the Santa Barbara cast as Mason Catwell. For 1 year, still causing a furor with female fans wherever he goes. Please welcome 4-time Emmy nominee, actor Terry Lester. There's a few old Jack Abbott fans in here, yeah.
Are you all glad to be here, or what?
We were just saying there are no fans like soap fans at all, ever. Now, Taylor, I can't get over the fact you cut your hair.
Oh, it's been years.
Wow.
But it keeps on getting shorter and shorter. I like it.
Why? Because were you trying to cut Nina off or something?
Ooh, Freud would love that. No, it became kind of an age thing, I think. And people couldn't see my face. I couldn't see my face. And you know, it's like childhood gone. That kind of, it's time.
Do you ever miss playing Nina?
It'll grow back.
Do you ever miss playing Nina? You ever miss it?
I miss a lot of things about it, and I really like my life now. And I loved it, especially in the beginning when the seances and everything like that happened. It was wonderful, it really was. And I think that I kept on doing the same thing over and over again when we were talking in the
She was
rooms.
so nice, Nina. Oh, she was such a princess.
When
Too nice.
I left, when they had the replacements got all the good stuff because they had to generate some excitement or something. I was good at crying, so that's what I did.
Kim, you're also good at crying, I hear. I saw you on 2020. You can cry on a dime.
Yeah, I just yank on a couple nose hairs and works every time.
Well,
Just kidding.
best part about playing Gabrielle and Tina for you. The most fun thing about playing Gabrielle and Tina for you two.
Yanking each other's hair.
Really?
Well, we're very good friends in real life, so it was fun working together. But playing Tina was an off and on experience for me for 12 years. And I kind of grew up on the show, and the whole thing was really special.
We'll be back in a moment. What's it like to watch someone else play the memorable role you created? We'll talk about that.
Your baby's first taste of love. It's something only you can give. Your own milk, the perfect food for your baby. But if you ever need a formula, know this. Gerber cares about your baby's delicate system. That's why Gerber Baby Formula is patterned after your own milk to help your baby accept and digest it easily. Talk to your doctor about it. If it doesn't come from you, shouldn't it come from Gerber?
Domino's just what you're into. Domino's just where you're at. Nobody knows like Domino's.
Domino's Pizza doesn't make your pizza until you make your call and delivers in 30 minutes or less, guaranteed.
Nobody knows like Domino's.
Domino's Pepperoni Pizza Feast with extra pepperoni and cheese. Now a medium's just $8.99 or two for $12.99.
Nobody knows like Domino's. How you like pizza at home.
Did you call Pizza Hut?
It'll be here any minute.
Sure, I'm glad they deliver.
If Pizza Hut didn't deliver, I don't know what we'd do.
We'd starve.
Pizza Hut delivery.
Call Pizza Hut Delivery for the Pepperoni Lovers Pizza with piles of pepperoni. Get one medium for just $8.99 and a second for just $4 more.
Say, how come you're parked in front of a Domino's? Oh, we always stay where it's nice and quiet.
Pizza Hut Delivery, making it great.
Call them now for Pizza Hut Delivery.
Somebody's day.
Saturday, September 14th,
You gotta miss me, honey.
is the one-day sale at Bell's.
Somebody's day.
America's small businesses have grown against all odds. So have the people who run them, like Catherine Moore.
I really needed help learning the ropes of running a delivery business. I got counseling on everything from insurance to management techniques.
The SBA can help you, too. For a list of SBA publications, call 1-800-YOU-ASK-SBA.
We're reuniting some of your favorite soap couples today. Taylor had mentioned that when she left All My Children, that the other Nina got all the good stuff. And what's it like, I want to ask you all who've had yourselves replaced, seeing somebody else do the character that you really created?
I went to Europe when I quit the show in 1984. And when I came back, actually, I was sitting in the makeup chair before I even left, and somebody from Soap Opera Digest was there, and they said, well, you know, do you know anything about who's going to be there or whatever? And I said, I don't know, but here's the producer. Why don't you ask her? And she said, oh, we've replaced you. And I went, well, that was so quick. And then I came back from Europe, and I was in LA, and I was watching the show, and I saw this woman doing the role, and I said, that's a choice. You know, it was a choice. It was a valid choice. It wasn't a choice that Nina would have made, because I was Nina. But, you know, a lot of this is the problem that I've been having. I've been in Chicago. I live in Chicago now. And it is a great place to live. And the problem that
Isn't it, though?
It's wonderful.
It's fabulous.
It is.
It
I'm
really
from
is.
Chicago. I love Chicago, too.
But the problem has been to try and figure out who I am, you know, because as much as I didn't think I was a soap opera diva, without the identity of a role I was playing and a job, in this society, everybody identifies you with your job. I don't know if y'all have found that out there, but it's like, what do you do? And it's like, well, I have 2 children, you know, and it's been quite a transition, but it's been okay.
Has it been pleasant, a happy transition?
It's been, is any transition a happy transition? I think the end is always much happier than the transition itself.
Right. Yeah, you have to learn too much during that trans part.
Yeah.
So I have to ask you that same question, Terry, seeing someone else play the role you created.
Yeah, this is quite an incestuous group up here, you realize. Because Taylor's husband on All My Children is now playing my old role.
Right.
And, you know, I had kind of the same reaction when I saw him making his choices as an actor. And then the son of a gun won the Emmy.
Not only won the Emmy, but he gave so
a performance
exciting. He was so
at the awards.
He was so excited. I was so happy that he was so happy. So when he got the Emmy, was there a part of you that said,
ouch?
Am I gonna lie? I don't think so. Sure.
Yeah,
you know, I'm very happy for him. I want to be very happy for him. I'll say that. I wish I were happier for him. Maybe that's what I'm...
Andrea, you went through the same thing, right?
Yeah, but, you know, it's kind of a strange story, because I never really watched myself on One Life to Live, and I've never watched the girl who plays my old part.
Liar.
No, I really haven't. And, but the really good part about it is that one of my best friends is her agent. So in my leaving, one of my best friends got something really good, so.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so it's very incestuous.
Well, it seems that Miss Fiona here couldn't quite leave the men on the Life to Live alone.
Oh,
so
that's
after she left the show, isn't that right? I understand that you took something with you?
Well, the reason for leaving the show was once Father Tony was defrocked, there was no fun left.
So to speak. So to speak. So you going to introduce John to us?
Would you like to meet John, Father Tony?
Is this a new thing going on with you, right? Hi, John.
I'm still right here.
We'll be back in a moment. We'll be back in a moment. Back in a moment.
It's 99 time again at Dairy Queen. Right now, get a delicious DQ banana split. 2 fresh, hot all-beef tacos. A cool, creamy breeze frozen yogurt treat. And introducing DQ seasoned curly fries. Hurry in for 99 time at Dairy Queen.
DQ is value country.
Shop the best for less at the only furniture warehouse in East Texas, Southside Furniture. We've got recliners at warehouse prices you won't believe, and glider rockers starting at just $189. Plus, we've just received a new shipment of bedding inventory with name brands like Sealy, King Coil, and Corsicana. Look at the savings on this beautiful 5-piece bedroom suit from standard, just $579. When you want the best for less on selection, service, and everyday low warehouse pricing, shop Southside Furniture Warehouse, 5th and Beckham, Tyler.
More pepper taste.
It'll wake you, shake you, take you to the moon. Ooh, Diet Dr. Pepper, it really tastes great. It'll shock you, knock you to your knees. Oh, once it starts, it never quits. There's no stopping the taste.
Diet Dr. Pepper with 100% NutraSweet.
TG. Beautiful hair. TG Products, the ultimate in hair care. TG.
Foreign Accent, high-tech hairstyling, the Tony and Guy Support Salon. #1 in hair cutting, because we continue to learn.
Obviously, a lot was going on with the priests, and we realized.
Obviously. Obviously.
When did it start to get to be real? When? I was asking the other couples.
I'd like to speak to my lawyer.
Yes.
It's,
We've always been very good friends from the beginning.
Yeah, well, I hear that affects
Platonic
kissing.
friends.
No, but we didn't have a very romantic storyline. The choice I had to play on the storyline was that I really was in love with Gabrielle in order to give Tony motivation. Otherwise, he'd be a really kind of a strange, bad kind of guy. And I want him to be kind of a good kind of guy.
And for some reasons, the writers just didn't write love for Gabrielle and Tony, and I just couldn't quite understand that, but that was their choice. So I had to play against it, I suppose.
Well, that's an honorable thing.
Very, very honorable. After all, he was a priest.
Now, I was going to ask everyone, would you consider going back? Would you ever consider doing Nina again?
I've been back so many times.
I know you went back. Was it 87 you went back, right? Years not important, but anyway, I remember
I've been back and forth like 4 or 5 times. Would I consider going back? I sometimes have ties to the character because in some ways I am that character. And, so philosophical today. And I did it in August. I did it for a month, and it was a long month.
Oh.
It really was. I did something like 3 months of work in a month, so that's probably why it was long. And I love my father on the show. I love James Mitchell. Oh, and I love, you know what? I would go back because I just am so mad they've changed Myra. I could just, I talked to Liz the other day. My birthday's August 18th, for those who didn't know. And she called on my birthday, and I said, Liz, what is this with the hair? And why didn't anyone ever say anything about it? And why aren't you wearing black anymore? And she's like, I don't know. And I said, well, if Nina was there, we would just change this.
This would not happen.
Because there's no reason for her to be just,
all of a sudden.
Yeah, and no explanation.
And no explanation.
I hate that when that happens.
Kim, would you go back?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I can get Robert to come back with me, so that might be a little difficult, but I would think about it. I mean, I've got some projects in the works right now, and if they don't pan out, then everybody needs a paycheck.
Bill?
Well, Oprah, I got it made because whether I go back or not, I get the sweet kisses at home, you see.
Back in a moment.
It may surprise you to know that there are 27 car makers that manufacture 53 different makes in the popular subcompact segment, but only one is #1. It comes with a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty with no deductibles. It seats 5 passengers in comfort and still gets 35 highway miles per gallon. It can be purchased with air conditioning and cassette stereo and still costs under $10,000. The car? The 1992 Chevy Cavalier. Come see why it leads the pack at your East Texas Chevy dealer today.
Stopping down the Taco Bell. Tacos and tostadas and burritos and more. It's 59 cents, oh yeah. Going for the fun, I gotta get me some. Take a shortcut if you know one, hon. Little busy, he's making the fun run.
Some of these days.
Saturday, September 14th.
You're gonna miss me, honey.
Everyone's going to Bell's.
Some of these days. You feel so lonely.
Saturday only, you can shop from 8 a.m. till 9 at night and save an extra 10% in the morning from 8 to 10.
And I'm waiting.
It's the one-day sale at Bell's. Saturday, September 14th.
You miss me. Some of these days.
Don't miss it.
Let's talk about your vision. You know, the quality of your sight can enhance the quality of your life, so don't let cataracts take it all away from you. Especially when there's one-stitch cataract surgery. Your cataract can be removed through an incision that takes just one stitch, sometimes no stitches at all. With one-stitch surgery, you can go home the same day, and in most cases be back enjoying life in no time. One-stitch cataract surgery at Heaton Eye Associates in Tyler. Clearly the answer.
Now, the producer, Ellen, was asking me to ask you all to sort of, to cry, because we said earlier you could cry on a dime, and then everybody says, oh no, Gabrielle can cry on a nickel, she can cry on a penny, and Kim, she can cry on a quarter, and anyway, but I know, you know, as an actress, it takes more than a moment.
Well, if you had a life like Gabrielle's, you'd be crying all the time.
Crying all the time.
Thank goodness, I'm happy to say, my life is not like that.
Uh-huh.
So
are you going to cry, though?
I refuse. I refuse because, on principle.
Okay. Okay, I respect that. You know, it's like a difficult thing to do. I want to talk about it for a second, though, because it's, for me, like, it's really hard. I have pulled my nose hairs. In a tough moment.
It
like,
hurts.
Yeah, it's like, take 18. It's about time to pull everything you can. So, are there times when it's difficult when you've done it over and over?
Well, I find that the hardest way to cry is to think about crying. And it used to get to the point where they'd come to me and they'd say, we want you to have that tear roll down your left cheek so that we can get a close-up of it. And it's like, you know. I said, I'm sorry, but I don't feel it, you know. So, if the tears aren't there, then they're not meant to be.
I miss you, Kim. I really do.
You know, you make the mistake of letting them know that you can cry so easily, but they don't realize that it's because the storyline is so wonderful or the storyline works for you. You happen to be working with a really wonderful actor. You know, they just assume that you can, you know.
And then they don't want to give you the material to do it.
Exactly.
They just want you to cry without writing you a scene to do it.
Because the show's kind of slow that day.
Yeah. And they still want you to just cry.
Yeah.
Some emotion, any emotion.
I used to always beg for a hysterically funny scene, which they would write. But then at the end, it was so funny, so tragic, she had to cry.
You know, I want everybody to be able to. We know what you're doing now, Deidre. So we know what you're doing now, Wayne. We want to go through the line and find out what you're doing now. Doing now? You're a mother of two?
A mother of two. My husband just had a motorcycle accident, so he's at home too. And
Oh, now there's something to cry about.
Yeah.
And while in the hospital, it's really weird. Sometimes life goes on as normal, you know, and you go and get a haircut, and you talk about stuff, and then all of a sudden, the next moment, you're just crying, unreasonably so, it seems. And I think it's time for me to start working again.
Okay. We look forward to that. Fiona?
John and I have started a production company called Hutchison Enterprises, which is based in London and New York. And so we're busy working on a documentary about Jamaican artists in the West Indies.
Wow.
That's what we're doing at the moment.
Well, I had a series that was canceled. That's
no fun.
Yeah, I know. I have a film coming out, and I was working for Amaretto as one of their spokespersons, and I'm also a celebrity spokesperson for a charity called Global Relief.
Would you go back?
I don't think so.
You
as
don't?
As much as I... Oh, well, that's sweet.
Terry?
I'm just finishing taking a year off after Santa Barbara and 10 years on daytime and getting healthy and happy and ready to look for a job.
All right. Back in a
Attention, you have just a few days to take advantage of the best offer ever made on Ford F-Series trucks. $1,000 cash back, plus qualified employers and their employees can get $800 to $1,000 additional cash back, and you probably qualify. That means $1,800 to $2,000 cash back. So if you're considering Chevy or any other truck, you owe it to yourself to consider Ford F-Series. Now with up to $2,000 cash back, which can mean no money down. But this offer ends September 25th and may never be repeated. Hurry to your East Texas Ford dealers.
It's here! Biggest Little Shows Ever presents arts and crafts from all over the country. This weekend's show and sale at the Harvey Convention Center features a variety of handcrafted treasures never seen before in the Tyler area. Exhibits include everything from beautiful paintings, fine jewelry, to handmade pottery and much more, all under one roof. Yes, these fine artists and craftsmen from all over the country have come to the Harvey Convention Center for this special event. Drawings for door prizes daily. Biggest Little Arts and Crafts show ever. That's this Saturday and Sunday at Tyler's Harvey Convention Center.
Albertsons. Rock-bottom prices on every item, plus specials like these.
Start off your morning just right with a bowl of General Mills Honey Nut Cheerios. A 14-ounce box is only $2.66. And try Michelina frozen Italian dinners. 5 delicious varieties to choose from and just 99 cents each. Don't forget, Albertsons accepts all competitors' coupons at face value.
Albertsons, it's your store.
At Thompson's Fine Furniture, you can find the lowest prices every day on quality home furnishings. Save 50% on many items, including sofas, love seats, and sectionals with recliners. Beautiful decorator sofas, $388 and up. Compare elsewhere at $799 and up. Over 200 recliners and reclining sofas to choose from at the lowest prices of the year. Plus, your old sofa is worth $100 or more when you trade for a new Thompson Fine Furniture sofa. For quality, selection, and savings, remember Thompson's Fine Furniture, corner of West Front and Palace in Tyler.
Denise and Chris? Denise and Chris, what are you doing now? What are you doing now, Chris?
Me?
Yeah.
I have a publishing company for artists, including Weiland, a marvelous marine artist, and Al Sprague, and I publish worldwide their works of art.
I didn't know that.
Well, you asked me personal things when we finished.
Right,
You didn't
about
ask
girls.
about my business.
Would you go back?
I don't know.
Denise, would you, Denise?
I don't know. I've been really thinking about that a lot lately because I am that transition thing that you talked about earlier. I have some projects in development right now. So there's a little part of me that's producing, and there's a little part of me that's involved in real estate, and I'm a mother of 21, all of whom are covered in feathers. And I love all of that so much, and I don't understand why I'm not racing back to work because I love to act. So I don't know, never say never. As
Robert, would you go back if Kim went back?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? What are you doing now? What are you doing now?
I'm in one of those transition periods, too, where I'm just not sure what I don't even know if I want to go back to acting at all. I've been serving as a youth counselor for about 50 kids in Los Angeles, and it's been more rewarding to me than anything in acting.
Thank you all for
Guests of our show fly on our official carrier, American Airlines. No matter where you're flying, chances are American will take you there. American Airlines, something special in the air.
East Texas News on the Hour.
Good afternoon, I'm Dana Kay. The Von Erich family has suffered another tragic loss. The youngest son, Chris Atkinson, committed suicide last night at the family home near Edom. Family members say he left a suicide note and was apparently distraught over a lackluster wrestling career. Fritz Von Erich had 6 sons. 21-year-old Chris was the 4th to die. Funeral services will be held Monday in Louisville. We'll have more news later.
It began in one small store 46 years ago, and it's taken 45 years to prepare for. It's the biggest and most exciting celebration in SR's history. The SR 46th anniversary sale with 120 days same as cash financing. There's no payment till 1992. And talk about prices. We asked our suppliers, and they agreed to help make this sales event even larger with the year's lowest prices on the newest TV, video, stereo, and appliance products. 120 days same as cash, and savings on the newest models of famous brand merchandise. SR's 46th anniversary sale is too good to miss.
Come on, Betty, make my meal.
Au gratin potatoes in cheddar cheese, made with real Idaho russets.
Got any more of these?
Betty's Easy Au Gratins, the potatoes that make the meal.
They were mighty hungry when they got home that night, and no ordinary meal would do them right. She needed something hearty.
Beef noodle. Beef noodle, hearty.
Hamburger helper.
Hearty beef noodle.
Makes a great meal.
KLTV, proud of East Texas.
This is the plaintiff, Christopher Holtz. He alleges that a security guard at an Iron Maiden concert yanked him off a partition as he was trying to aid a friend, then pushed him down on the ground. In the process, his lower jaw smashed into his upper tooth, chipping it. He's suing for $893 for dental bills, the concert ticket, and punitive damages. This is the defendant, Gus Contopoulos, General Manager of Staff Pro, a security guard service, Brad, a security guard, and Bob Schmidt, Director of Operations. He says when the plaintiff was warned to contain his falling down drunk buddy, he became hostile and went after Brad, so they put him in their holding tank backstage. In any event, the guy apologized for making a scene and never once complained about an injury. He's accused of running a hands-on operation. What you are witnessing is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in a California municipal court. Both parties have agreed to dismiss their court cases and have their dispute settled here in our forum, the People's Court.
Hi, I'm Doug Llewellyn, and welcome to the People's Court. This is the case of the Iron Maiden misadventure. Now, the plaintiff claims he was only trying to help out a friend, and he didn't deserve the physical abuse dished out by the defendant's guard. The defendant states that the plaintiff is only trying to squeeze some bucks out of his company, and he is not about to fall for his bogus claim. So let us watch now as the heavy metal fan and his opponent battle it out, this time in front of Judge Wapner.
I know you've all been sworn. I've read your complaint, sir. You claim that one of the defendant's employees injured you at some event in San Diego?
Correct. I was attending the Iron Maiden concert at San Diego Sports Arena, and it was about 3/4 way through the show. We were standing up in the front row on the lower level. My friend had fallen over some seats, so I turned around to pick him up, and as I was doing that, the defendant here, one of them at least, the security guard, Brad Franklin, apparently grabbed me from behind and yanked me over this, it's about a 3-foot wall from the floor up to the lower level, over that, down about another foot onto the stadium floor, and then grabbed me in a headlock and dragged me away to a holding tank behind the stage. During that time, when he grabbed me in a headlock and yanked me back, it's like a 4-foot fall. So all I was worried about was making sure my feet landed first. Apparently my lower jaw here was yanked up into my upper teeth, and one of my front teeth was chipped.
Did you realize it at the time?
Yes, I did. Well, by at the time, like 2 minutes later when I was in the cell, when he was dragging me away in the headlock.
Did you ever complain to him about it?
Not to them. They weren't there that evening. I complained to other people in the
Well, you said, well, who put you in this holding area?
Brad Franklin here apparently brought me back there, pushed me in. By the time
That's what I'm asking. Did you ever complain to him about it?
No, I didn't.
Why?
He was gone at that point in time. I tried to complain. He was already gone at that point in time. I tried to complain to the supervisor, or the supervisor was ever back there, and they said, hey, basically just shut up, stay back there.
Your name is?
I'm Brad.
Brad?
Yes.
Okay. What's your version of what happened there?
Well, it was Iron Maiden. I was working what we call the 8th row cutoff, which is just behind the first 8 rows on the floor. Like he said, he was in the first row, the lower loge, which is just on the other side of about a 3-foot wall from where I was standing. When his buddy was intoxicated, falling all over the place, I explained to Christopher, I said, you better keep him under control because they're going to have to take him out if he keeps up like he's doing. So a couple minutes later, 2 more of our guards came down to evict his friend, and as they went to get him, Christopher attacked one of our guys. That's when I grabbed him.
What do you mean he attacked him? What did he do?
Well, as they came down to pick up his friend, he went at one of our guys, grabbed him by the jacket. So I was behind Christopher. I grabbed Christopher from behind, pulled him toward me, over the 3-foot wall, as he explained, but I pulled him into myself. I didn't throw him down or throw him into the wall. I pulled him against myself. So he never hit the ground, never hit the wall. I never hit his face with any part of my body, held him up. There was a struggle. I tried to get his arm, behind his back, and then another guard helped me to contain him. We took him to the back, and as we do is we take him to the holding cell, and we turn him over to our supervisor at that time, because we have to return to our spot.
Who was your supervisor at that time?
At that time, it was Bob.
Okay. You were there, sir?
Yes, I was.
Did you talk to him?
I sure did.
Did you tell him you were Brad's supervisor?
I didn't tell him I was a supervisor. I was wearing our supervisor jackets.
They say supervisor on them?
No, they do not. They just say staff pro, and they're different from everybody else. They don't specify that we're a supervisor.
Okay. Did you have a conversation with him?
Yeah, I did.
What did he say?
I walked in, and he was concerned mainly at the time that there was a young boy with his friend, and he didn't want the boy seeing all this happening. And I just simply explained to him, look, your friend's in first aid because he fell down or got hit or whatever, and he had a cut. We're going to take care of that, and then we're going to let you guys go. I explained to him what he had done, and at that time, I was concerned about him driving. So I explained to him, hey, you might be a little intoxicated. I can't let you drive.
You're talking about Christopher?
Yes, I was talking to Christopher.
Did you think he was intoxicated?
Oh, yeah.
Had you been drinking?
We had been drinking, but I wouldn't say I was that intoxicated.
How much you had to drink?
From 7 to, this happened about 9:45 to 10, probably 5 or 6 beers, 3 of which were inside the event, which opened, doors opened about 7:45 we got there.
Was your buddy, he'd also been drinking?
Buddy was also drinking earlier than I had been, in fact, so he was more intoxicated. I'm not defending
more
his
intoxicated
actions.
than you were?
Well, yeah, a lot more. I would say he was intoxicated, I wasn't. And ask these guys, when I walked out, was I stumbling all over? No.
Did you attack this?
No, I did not. What might have happened, in fact, I know this happened, is when I was lifting my buddy up, because he had fallen over some seats there in the first row, I turned around, my back was to the 3-foot thing. When I was picking him up, people were pushing from all around, because in fact, these guys weren't doing their job. You're supposed to have your seat, and you're there. There were about 8 other people crowded in right around the front row with us there who didn't belong there. So when I felt somebody pushing on the back, at that time, I didn't know if my